Yes.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Dalethea. I'm Travis. My mic fell off because I forgot to push the power button on the stupid audio.
Yay!
But it looks like AEW is ready to rock.
AEW's already starting.
So we should have got on here just a little bit earlier. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, they just barely started, though, and they just are starting their dudes.
They're in Pittsburgh tonight, and we're in the Rocky Mountains.
The private party.
Yeah, it's
Ooh,
private
it's
party.
the tag team stuff
Isiah
happening.
Kassidy and Marq Quen, or Quen, Quen.
Oh, okay.
And that's the Lucha Bros.
The Lucha Brothers and private
So AEW should be
party.
pretty exciting tonight.
Because they're doing more of the tag team stuff?
Yeah, there's two of the semifinals or whatever. I don't know what round this is. I think it's semifinals. It says it down there on our little
awesome
thing.
So we've got Walter in our chat tonight.
Walter.
Hey, Walter. We've got Solomon back. Hey, Solomon. Nice to see you back.
It's good to see you, bud.
Looks like we have...
waking up early.
Right? Or he's up early.
Or
hasn't gone to
staying
bed
up late.
yet. Looks like we've got someone new. Kenny in our chat. Hey,
Kenny.
Nice to see you. We've got Stinky Pinky back. So we've
Stinky Pinky.
Nice to see you in our chat. And we've also got Glenn Hunt.
Hey, Glenn.
Sweet.
All right, so they're locking up. So the Lucha Bros and who is the other team? What they're called? Private Party.
Yes, Private Party versus the Lucha
So this is part of
Brothers.
the World Tag Team for the inaugural championship.
Yeah, that
which
stuff.
will be crowned on November 11th at Full Gear for AEW.
Nice.
So they got a few more weeks of that to go.
And then it'll be there or be square.
Yeah, because we'll be doing that pay-per-view also.
Yeah,
which will be a Saturday in November. There's also a big boxing match that day.
Ooh, is that the one with
Yes,
what's his butt?
it's the YouTubers, Logan Paul and KSI. The only reason I know anything about that is because of McKenna, because of my daughter.
Right?
She's all excited about it. She's like, you got to get that fight. You got to do that fight. And I'm like, it's a wrestling site.
Right? So Kenny did say something about, will Omega be wearing the AA Mega belts? And Solomon says, hopefully not.
Right? He is wrestling tonight also.
Yeah?
Against Joey Janelle Omega.
Interesting.
And that's from like a couple weeks ago. They wrestled on the Dark show.
Oh.
So it was after the show was over.
I see.
I guess they tore it down. If you guys watch the Dark, I think it gets released on Tuesdays. And it's an hour show. It's what happens after this is over.
Okay.
So they keep wrestling after the show's over, and then they air it like a week later on the Dark, they call it. So that's that. Ripley.
Yeah, on NXT we've got a girls match happening. We've got Rhea
Ripley. And then Bianca Belair.
Bianca Belair.
Here she comes.
Is who is against her. And
that's happening first. I thought that would be like the main event over there.
Right? Isn't Bianca Belair the one that is with Ford from the Street Profits?
Montez.
Yeah. Okay.
In the Street Profits. That's what I keep hearing. That's the rumor.
That's the rumor.
I don't rumor check, so I usually just don't repeat stuff just in case.
We got Luke in the chat. Hey
Luke, I wasn't sure if you were going to be here tonight. How you feeling?
Yeah, how are you feeling? Hopefully better. Hopefully you got some sleep.
He's probably like, I feel like hell, but you guys make me happy, so. I'm just teasing. You just release endorphins, and it just makes me feel better for my sickness. Oh, that was neat. Did you see how he leapfrogged him and then double stomped his head?
He is packing to move while sick. Oh, that's even more fun.
Why are you moving?
Where are you moving to?
He's like, I go on vacation, and then I just move when I get back.
That sounds like a busy life.
And anyways, they're coming from Pittsburgh, and then on NXT, they're just at Full Sail University, as always.
Where they normally are. Yep.
That's their home right now. I don't know if they're planning on changing that. Kind of would like to see them tour at some point.
Yeah.
But maybe they don't want to worry about selling tickets right now.
That's a good possibility.
It's a nice little cozy place that they do it all. You know, they train there, they do everything there.
Right.
And it lets some of the managers and the older people that train them have one place that they live.
True.
And that's kind of nice.
Probably makes it a little bit easier for everybody. And it's always in one spot and always there, so.
You know, just like the AOP, when they got rid of their manager, that was why. It's because he wanted to stay and he didn't want to tour the country. Paul Ellering.
Luke saying that we had already talked about this. I don't remember talking about
you moving.
Moving to Ireland.
What?
We knew you were going to Ireland.
Wait a second. Did you talk about that like months ago? He might have talked about that a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. If I remember something.
But I didn't know he's actually going there. So is that why you went there? Was just to check things out and get things going?
He said that me and my lady are moving to Ireland. The vacation was actually to get a house and everything paid for and settled.
Wow.
Dang.
And you're going to be working there? Obviously, I mean.
Well, yeah.
Unless you hit the lottery or something.
Well, maybe
we're very bright.
The lottery and we didn't know.
So we got a new light, and it looks way bright.
Do you like it or not?
I don't know. Do you guys like us being that bright? I can always dim it without dimming the light with the contrast.
Yeah, you know, guys don't really want to see our hideousness.
That's fine. I'm beautiful, so it looks good on me. I'm just talking about everything kind of looks like it's very, very light gray or something.
Okay. So we got the Fiend Bray Wyatt in the chat. So Wrestling Gab, I have a question that I will like for you to answer.
All right.
If you could pit one AEW wrestler and a WWE wrestler in a fight, who would it be?
Okay, like a real fight?
I guess.
Or just like a fun wrestling match?
He said his example is The Fiend versus Jon Moxley inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, all right. So it's a wrestling match. I would do Omega and AJ Styles because I'd just like to see that. And then you could do it at like a ladder match. That could be exciting as hell, right?
Yeah.
I would definitely pay to watch that. Omega, AJ Styles.
Quen was telling us earlier that the NBA started tonight. And SmackDown Friday night for sports. This watch Fox Sports live stream. Go YouTube.
Right.
Yep. You can watch it on YouTube if you have YouTube TV.
Yeah, it's going to be on Fox Sports 1 this week because the World Series is on at the same time. How about those Washington Nationals?
Right? They have their second game happening tonight.
That's happening right now.
We're missing out.
That's all right.
But we're watching a different sporting event.
We're watching lots of wrestling. We could do the Four Corners. Watch a baseball game, too. We're not going to do that, though.
I would be completely distracted.
I'm already distracted. It looks like the Lucha Bros are kicking trash right now, though.
Yeah, they're kicking some
butts.
And
then when they do picture-in-picture, it's like, ah!
Right? It's very tiny. What's going on up in that corner?
That's the real action.
Yeah. Makes you
Pentagon.
feel like you need a bigger TV.
Let's go 90.
Right?
96. It's a thing.
So Luke says yes, but we will be back during the winter every year. And for all the cons I work and go to. Nice.
That's awesome, going back and forth. So why are you going to Ireland now? I mean, just because you've always wanted to live there, or do you know people there?
Right? Who knows?
Do you call them to whom?
Right?
Do you have friends there?
Looks like we have Ron in the chat. Hey, Aaron. Nice to see ya. Says, hey, I'm back, and can you sing me a song? No. I don't think anybody in AEW has a name where you can actually sing a song to it, so.
We the people. Some old Jack Swagger.
Right?
You remember that?
Yes, I do,
That was years and years ago. Yeah, that old man. Looked like Yosemite Sam was its leader.
Yeah.
I can't remember that guy's Jed something. Somebody else say it.
Right. Salmon is saying that Omega will lose miserably. Salmon says the Lucha Brothers look like they have a really good chance.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
That's Private Party's a really good team. They're very athletic. They're really fun to watch.
Yeah. And the Lucha Brothers are just as athletic,
so
it makes it for a good all-around match.
And they just go all out. Look at he's got what are those shoes? Are those leg warmers? What's he got above his shoes?
Socks?
Is that socks?
I think it's just socks.
Like powder blue socks?
Yes. Maybe it's part of his shoes.
That's what I was wondering, if they weren't part of his shoes.
I guess it could be.
I don't like the referee has to stop his count. Those referees are going to have to figure that out. Because they're already into this, 3 or 4 weeks now?
Mm-hmm.
And a couple pay-per-views. They're stopping their count in the and the guy's still pinned.
Huh. So that's really really weird. So is he counting because they're down?
They're both down. If they don't get up on 10, it's a draw.
Oh.
I've probably
weird.
seen one draw that way in my life, and it was probably 1986. Like, it doesn't happen very often.
Right? That's very strange, but okie dokie.
Yeah. I don't even know if the WWE even counts anymore like that.
Aaron wants you to sing Prince Ali, but you shouldn't.
I'll do it Friday. Wait, yeah, because Ali's on
Right?
SmackDown.
Salma says the All-American, American Jack Swagger, right?
Jed Coulter.
Jed Coulter.
Jed
there
Coulter.
You go.
Stuff comes to me if I just relax my mind. Look at that.
That
Is that like
crazy.
a 540?
I guess. That's insane.
Little corkscrew.
Someone wants to know why do backflips. Because it's cute.
Just take a normal move and add a flip to it, and you'll be the greatest of all time. See? Oh, a little frog splash, but with the back flip.
Oh, he got out of it.
What's funny is when he kicked out, it stood him up. He's like, so then he fell down. Did you see it?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm up.
And
down. He's got an interesting haircut. Should I do that with my hair?
Yeah, no.
Just dye it blonde and put little...
2 mohawks in it.
They look like knots.
I think they are. But
Oh, there's a big old kick to the
they're
head.
basically like 2 mohawk strips. Aaron says, can they change their name? I don't like Private Party. Call them the Dope Party, because private, ew.
Right? Like private parts. What's he doing? He's saving his guy.
I don't know
It's like
what he's doing.
It's like when I lay down and Argus just steps over me. It's like
Right?
that same thing.
Like, hello, here's my butt in your face. Hello. Aaron says, I mean, they should change the name because private sounds wrong.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
And then Luke says, we have been packing since 7 a.m. We actually have everything ready except for the TV I'm watching you on. A mattress for us and blankets.
So you guys leaving in the morning then?
Yeah.
Are you taking the red eye?
Right? That's crazy.
Well, hopefully you're landed by Friday, but it's going to be a hell of a thing to try to keep up with us at 2 o'clock every morning.
Right?
Because that's what time it is there. Because we got who was it? Joey.
Yeah.
Joey's from there, and he watches us. And Raw takes you till like 4:30. I mean 5 o'clock in the morning, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Maybe it was 4 o'clock in the
Might
morning.
have been. Yeah, it was crazy.
You can't be staying up every night.
The trucks arrive at 4 a.m. to move everything to the airport.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
It does sound fun. I know you take a lifetime at accumulating stuff, so you don't want to just get rid of it, but it would almost just be fun just to sell everything, go, and then just accumulate new stuff. Like, we're
have
starting
stuff
over.
there and have stuff here, but
Or do
it
that,
would just
too.
depend. I guess it would depend on what you were doing when you got, like when you came back in the winters. If you had a place, or if you had to, like, you know, rent a place for 4 months or whatever,
timeshare or
and then
something. And why would you want to come back here in the winter? Wouldn't it be nicer there in the winter than here? I guess in the south, though.
Yeah.
It'd be fine in the south here, obviously. People, winter birds are all the time.
Right.
Snowbirds.
Luke says, I was okay with it during vacation, and I stay up every night.
It's over. The Lucha Bros win it.
Wow, Walter called it. He said the Lucha Bros for the win.
I think the Lucha Bros are going to be the tag team. I think they're the favorite going all the way.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, since the Young Bucks are out of it, and they took the Young Bucks all the way and beat them in that ladder match.
Wow. Huh.
Why are you wowing me? Don't wow me.
Okay.
I'm just saying, you watched the pay-per-view with me.
That doesn't mean I remember it.
They were the ladder match, that exciting ladder match. Ortiz
that
and
was
Santana came in at the end.
Oh, okay.
They beat the Young Bucks on that ladder match.
That's funny.
I don't think the Young Bucks have had any sort of run yet.
I don't know.
If you go to the site, they're not showing it too much on here, but if you go on the site, it says their records. I was looking at it earlier today.
Okay.
Jericho's 5-0.
That's funny.
He's undefeated in AEW. Now, is that going to stand after November 9th? Is he going to still reign as champion?
I don't know.
I'm thinking
maybe.
Jericho's going to win it. I'm putting my money on Jericho. God, that's brutal.
That was brutal. Jumping on his back.
Here,
like
bend
that.
over. I'm gonna jump off the chair onto your back.
Right?
If it hurts.
That's terrifying.
That's brutal.
Yeah. Salman wanted to know if we saw the ref jump.
I did not.
I wasn't paying attention to the ref.
I see him hopping around a little bit, but I'm not sure exactly what part. I mean, he's hopping, if that's what he's talking about. He's probably talking about him jumping. So it looks like Belair just barely got out of that hole. She's hurt, though.
Yeah.
They're the best tag team in the universe. It's official.
Best.
They anointed
Best
themselves. That's Fenix that said that.
Yeah.
I guess we can just leave that on for a second. Who's this big guy?
I don't know. Somebody from AEW.
He's a beast. See,
He's like, look at my workout.
The performance center there. It looks like he's running at the combine.
He's like, I've got chains. I wonder if he really talks like that. Wardlow is coming.
Wardlow. Is he on my
Oh,
list?
He is on your list.
You made the list. Oh, did you
He's
see
at
it?
the very end.
Oh, yeah, because it's in alphabetical order.
Yeah, I saw it.
So he's going to be a beast. That's going to be
Wow.
fun.
That's crazy.
I was wondering if they were going to bring any big dudes in. That's a pretty big dude.
Yeah, that's a pretty big guy.
There's a lot of good matches tonight on both cards, on both shows.
That's good. So now it's going to be the S.C.U. between the Dark Order.
Yeah, the S.C.U. and the Dark Order, that's happening tonight.
Wow. That's happening tonight too?
Yep, that's
Dang.
next probably. I would assume they'll play it next.
Maybe.
Ripley's having a little bit of a meltdown over there. See, because that's what happened last week,
Yes.
and they took him out. Oh, and he's still done. He's still out.
He's got a pinched nerve.
6 to 8 weeks.
Ouch.
Ripley won it.
That's crazy.
I don't know
Yes,
if you're
Ripley
writing
did.
stuff down.
Oh, I was keeping track of everything.
I just been doing everything with circles.
Wow. So Ripley, I guess, kind of won it or something? Or
Oh, she won it.
Did she? So Belair basically came down. Well, somebody came down and interrupted.
Yeah, there's
and
all sorts of
then
interference.
Somebody else came down and interrupted.
But see, it's fair right here. See, there's no interruption here. And if you beat her in a move with no interruption at
Then
that
it's-
point, then it's
But
fair.
as fair as fair can be. Anyways, Luke was letting us know that his lady had sold off all their stuff most of their stuff in the last couple of days, and they will be moved all in by Friday. But our new place is so huge it will take a couple of days to arrange all the furniture to where it looks balanced.
Right.
Right.
That's cool. Is it a new construction or is it something that's super old? Because I think of Ireland, I think everything like, mold, not mold like in a bad way, but that moss growing on rocks outside. And
Right.
kind of like that show. What's that show called? With Amy, whatever her name is. The redhead.
Leap year?
Yeah, Leap Year. Like kind of like that, I picture.
Right.
Granite cliffs and stone walkways and
Right.
just green everything. Like
Yeah.
70% Irish, so I don't want to go there.
Green everything.
Green everything. That's that triple threat match. That's happening in a little bit too.
Yeah, it's happening tonight.
Yeah,
They're
everything's
saying
happening tonight.
The North American Championship triple threat match.
Get my card
Ooh.
right. That's Roderick Strong,
Okay.
Keith Lee, and Dominic Dijakovic.
Okay.
That's that match.
Interesting.
So there's the Dark Order.
with
They're coming out now.
With their weird guys. So they are doing the tag team.
Yeah, it's happening
other
now.
Tag team match.
And then the S.C.U, which is Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky.
Okay. Interesting stuff happening.
Hey, there's Riddle. Or no, that's Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne.
Walter says I saw Blazed McCoy on TV TNT at AEW. Okay.
Nice.
Nice. And NXTW, who's wrestling?
Nobody right now.
Nobody right now.
They're just
It
interviewing
was-
Pete Dunne.
Yeah, it was two girls. It was
Blanca
Rhea
Blair.
Ripley and Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley won.
So they're showing some highlights for the Crown Jewel event coming up with Tyson Fury over there. But Tyson Fury might be hurt because Braun attacked him at the Performance Center and hurt his ankle.
Wow.
So I don't know where they're going with that, or if it's a part of the show, or if it's a legit injury, or what's going on. I mean, they're still advertising it, so I'm sure it's still going.
Oh, Solomon has to go. He says, sorry guys, I gotta go. I had forgot to pay the subscription. So anyway, I'll see you on Saturday at 3 for SmackDown.
We'll be here, boss.
We'll be here. Thanks for dropping by
night.
and being here as long as you could. Appreciate it. Let's see. So Luke said that it's a very old mini mansion that has been updated and modernized. 7 rooms, 4 bathrooms, 1 massive kitchen, a huge finished basement with full kitchen, a full-size laundry room, a pool, garden, and other cool stuff.
Cool.
How many more cool stuff can you have?
You don't need much more cool stuff.
Right? Jelly. The Fiend Barry Wyatt says, breaking news, Wrestling Gab, Rey Mysterio was threatened sometime today. Don't know who threatened him.
Huh.
Ooh.
That's interesting. Speaking of threatening, I got, Snapchat up? I got a Snapchat. Is that what I showed you? Snapchat?
Was it Snapchat?
It's the one that's a camera.
Yeah.
Is that not Snapchat?
No, that's
the
Instagram.
other one. Instagram. I got Instagram, and it's just Wrestling Gab. And then Twitter is Gab Wrestling. And a Facebook page. I forgot I set those up. I've had them the whole time.
Right.
When I first did this, like 2 years ago, when I set this up, like obviously we haven't been doing it for 2 years, but when I set it up, I tried to get all of it. So I would have it. And so I forgot I had it. And so I was looking around and I found all my passwords and stuff, and I was like, oh, well, that's cool. Huh. So you guys can Snapchat?
No, Instagram.
So you can do it, some Instagrams. So Luke, if you want to show us pictures, put them on Instagram.
Nice.
And share them with us. And I think that's how we could do our giveaway stuff, is just have them send it a private message on Instagram.
Ah, okay.
And then that way we can get their email or address or whatever and then send them.
Aaron Reed, yes, that is a girl ref for this match.
Yeah, they do have girl referees on both of them, actually. NXT has some girl refs, and AEW has a girl ref. This girl ref is hilarious. She gets so into it.
She does. She's really good at it, too. It's funny.
I mean, she's all business. It's like she has, what's that called? Where you can't joke around.
Oh, I don't know. Very serious?
Yeah, but it's called, Asperger's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she reminds me of. Like, she's got Asperger's. She's just like...
I'm very into this, and that's all I'm doing. So it looks like we've got Simon Cowell. Probably not the real Simon Cowell.
There's
Simon Cowell in the house. He says, hello, I'm new. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Simon. We
We've
saw
seen
you in
before,
here on
but
Monday.
Thanks for being here.
But yeah, like, subscribe, hang out with us, ask us some questions.
Yep. And
because we like to answer questions.
So Aaron says, sorry if I keep leaving. I'm at a hotel and the Wi-Fi is crappy.
It's all right. Just
That's
keep
all
coming
right,
back.
But Walter's AEW will be a good show there.
It should be very good. It's going to be good all night.
Yeah. And Luke said that he's also moving his sister and her girlfriend into the basement part of the house. And the previous owners ran a haunted forest and house on the property and also left a huge Christmas setup for us to have. So that's more cool stuff, right?
That's a lot of cool stuff.
Luke says that ref has great RBF resting bitch face.
Right? RBF.
Aaron says that he met Jon Moxley at the red carpet premiere of AEW, and Walter is saying that Jon Moxley for the win. Glenn's saying something about the...
Moxley's wrestling Pac later.
Yeah.
Or Pac.
I wonder how that's really going to go. Solomon was asking about that earlier, and I told him that he said he hopes Moxley wins, and I go, yeah, that's only if they don't have some weird interference thing happen where nobody wins. And I go, and Pac is like the biggest baby when it comes to not winning.
Yeah, Pac doesn't like to be pinned.
He's so weird.
What are they going to do there would be the question, right? Mm-hmm. Look over on AEW right now. We got picture-in-picture over on AEW, but on NXT, they're showing some Ciampa.
Walter says that that girl ref on AEW did indie wrestling before coming to AEW. So
like as a wrestler or as a referee. That's cool. Like either way, it doesn't matter, right? So no joke, over in England over the weekend, they had a wrestling pay-per-view.
Right.
I have it written down because it's all cool. So it's called BRITT Wrestling. It's just an independent circuit that runs through them. It's in Sheffield, England. They did their pay-per-view in a cave.
Yeah.
Like Batman, like in a cave. Like that doesn't, you're like, oh, okay. In a cave, okay. That happens every day. It's not a big deal. In a cave. So if you look it up, they're in a cave. There's a ring and a big light behind it. It doesn't even look like there's people there.
That's funny.
It's just wrestlers wrestling with cameras, I think.
Right.
I don't know if they actually had a crowd behind the cameras because they're in a cave.
They're in a cave.
In a real cave. Are you looking it up?
No.
It's funny.
That is funny.
Legit cave wrestling in England.
Cave wrestling in England.
It's called BRITT Wrestling.
BRITT Wrestling.
Anyways, I heard it was a really good show, and I don't know if you guys watch What Culture, but Simon Miller. Anyways, What Culture is a wrestling news show that's on YouTube, and Simon Miller is one of their main anchors. He's the bigger one that's trying to be a professional wrestler.
Okay.
Anyways, he won a belt in Korea a few weeks ago. He wrestled in it, so that's the only name I knew.
Okay.
But that was pretty interesting. Come on, that is cooler than this.
It is very cool. Very cute.
I feel like I'm not getting any coolness.
It's so awesome.
Anyways,
Wrestling in caves is cool.
like, I mean, how do you not enjoy cave wrestling, right? So we got Matt Riddle and Cameron Grimes. Now, Cameron Grimes has been destroying his opponents in like less than 10 seconds.
On NXT.
Over on NXT.
Yeah.
We still have the same match, the tag team match go over on AEW, but they got picture-in-picture, and so it's a commercial break over there, even though we can see what's happening. But that Cameron Grimes has just been running through people.
Wow.
I have a feeling he's not going to run through Matt Riddle.
He's gonna give him a run for his money.
Oh, it's not going to last 10 seconds.
That's funny.
He's going to run without his shoes on. Is that what the joke is? He's going to run without
his shoes on, right? So the Fiend Bray Wyatt said, let him know when you get a thing on Instagram because he's
I've got Instagram.
Sonic Freak 2023. So when you get him up there, you'll have to look for him, I guess.
Oh, I have to look for him?
Yeah.
You should look for me.
No, he said he gave it to you, so...
On there?
Yeah.
So, okay, so you signed up for the or whatever it's called?
Is what he's saying.
Okay,
so
yeah, once I get on there, I definitely will.
Aaron says, hey, Travis, you should stream Crown Jewel and dress up during the show. Guess what? We are.
We are planning on it. Now, not everything goes to... we were going to stream it, for sure, but the dressing up, we don't have a backup idea.
Yeah.
But we did order our costumes.
Right.
So if they don't show up in time, they're supposed to. But if they don't, there's nothing we can do. We might have to just... We'll figure something out, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's a local costume.
Yeah. Luke is saying that Simon Miller is awesome.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
And your stuff's back on. So.
We are back.
And I take it Simon Miller is the other guy on the S.C.U. Is he?
No.
Or is that
he's
part
the
of
guy I
your...
was talking about. He's
the
on What
cave wrestling.
Culture.
Oh, okay.
He's just a big, nice guy. Like, he's strong, he's built, and he's just nice. Like, when you hear him talk, you wouldn't think he was a wrestler. And he's not, because he's a person, and he's trying to be a wrestler. But it's like his side job would be wrestling. He's trying to make it his real job.
Right. And
he's a stud.
Right.
Wackadoo.
Oh, did what's his face come out? Oh, he did.
Jericho.
Jericho came out and like totally.
He's got the whole inner circle.
Everything out. That's funny.
So we can do Riddle. I got Riddle on one side, and I've got the other tag team. What's that tag team called? The S.C.U.
The Dark Order and the S.C.U.
Yeah, the Dark Order and the S.C.U. Either way, I don't know which one I should be calling. It looks like Matt Riddle's having a lot more fun over on NXT, but you got 2 matches going on. But it looks like the Dark Order's in a little bit of trouble right now. So does only one of their members have a mask on, I'm assuming? There he goes. Yeah, Kazarian is looking great. Shivani. Little scissor kick. Spinning neck breaker. So I thought the S.C.U had him right there. I guess you're probably not going to win too many matches with a spinning neck breaker. You got the inner circle. They keep showing the inner circle. So Jericho is there tonight. Cody's going to call him out later on, or at least address the stuff going on, because they are wrestling on November 11th at Full Gear. And that'll be the pay-per-view. We'll be doing that also. It's funny, Jericho's all up there eating his popcorn. Where are they sitting? Looks like they're sitting up in the nosebleeds. Maybe they're in a VIP box.
Who's in a VIP box?
Jericho. I think he's in a VIP box.
Oh, yeah? You say don't call me Dick Grayson.
Yeah, because his name's Stu Grayson.
Oh, okay.
Don't call me Stu. Don't call me Dick Grayson. That's JR being funny.
Who's Dick Grayson?
Look at that. The Dark Order, they're pretty damn good.
With our little weird minions
They're the
outside.
ones that had the first round bye. The Dark Order.
Right? They have their weird little minions that they have
Yeah.
and stuff. Mm-hmm.
They're a pretty good little team. One guy looks like he's a little out of weight or out of shape. He wears a mask because he's embarrassed of it, probably.
Oh, that's me.
Come on, that's funnier.
I think he wears a mask because he's like the...
He's a Lucha.
No.
Yeah, that's Evil
he?
Uno.
Oh, okay. Is he a Lucha?
Yeah,
okay.
Evil Uno. Or UNO. Is that Uno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're eating popcorn. Damn it. Where's my popcorn? I want some popcorn.
I know. We need popcorn and a red Solo cup.
What are you in the red Solo cup? Water?
Yeah. Well, you can put whatever you want in it. I'll put water in mine. But I want to get a bedazzler, the whole thing.
You want to be bedazzled? You're so weird. I don't even... Do they even make bedazzlers anymore?
They make hot glue guns and fake jewels. And I'll put real diamonds on it. No, I'm just teasing.
Where are you getting these real diamonds? We taking over a jewelry store or something?
It's a heist.
We going back east and robbing some jewelry
Not
places?
anymore. You just spilled it all over. Riddle's getting pinned. Oh. So look, we do have 2 female referees right now.
Oh, we do.
Uh-huh.
NXT's got their female girl out there too. Sweet.
And of course, right when they say it, they go to commercial.
Yeah, jerks. What the heck? It's not very nice at all.
So all 4 members are down right now. One of them's on the outside.
Right? Walter's saying Chris Jericho in the crown. And somebody back earlier, I think it was, I can't remember
Did he just
who.
step on the referee?
Oh, maybe.
I think he just walked on the referee.
That's a possibility if she was in the way.
Oh, big ol' elbow.
She's so funny.
Oh, she's into it.
She's like, whoa.
She's like the equivalence of Frasier. She's just over dramatic with every
Right?
single move that she does. Oh, there it is. Evil Uno. Oh,
wow. That was
there's no
interesting.
referee. Can't pin somebody without a ref. 1, 2, throw. So close.
She does a little better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's their best referee.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
I really
somebody else
think
earlier
that.
had said something about you made the list. That's fine.
You made the list.
You made the list.
Well, I was talking about that guy,
Yeah.
Walter something.
Yeah, the Fiend Bray Wyatt said I have to go to work. See ya on SmackDown. Yowie wowie. See ya,
Yowie
Fiend. Thanks for
wowie.
being with us. Have a great night at work
Have
or
a good
day
night,
at work.
boss.
Night at work. Have a safe, fun night at work tonight. We'll see you on Friday.
Speaking of phones and things, did I drop mine? I did.
Nice. I throw it away too. Phones are silly.
Don't need a phone anyways.
Right?
But it helps me go back and look at chat stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to
does.
rewind it up there.
No.
Because then I'm leaning all the way across. Uh-oh. S.C.U is going to win this. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, they won by cheating.
That's not cheating. It's called a double team. It's tag team wrestling.
Cheater.
The only way you could cheat in tag team wrestling is if a third member comes out or use use a weapon.
They cheated.
So
I'm
we
not
got
sure.
S.C.U versus the Lucha Bros. for the title, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. That's all that we've got left.
Huh.
That's going to be a hell of a main event. And now is that happening soon, or are they going to put it off all the way to the pay-per-view?
I don't know. I thought that's what they planned on doing, was putting it till November 11th. Isn't that what you said earlier?
9th, but yeah.
Or whatever day that is.
It's fine.
Someday in November.
Right, the first week in November, second week in November. So my question there is, are they going to wait that long? That seems like it's a couple weeks away. We're only in, what, the 23rd? 22nd?
Yeah. Today's the 23rd. 23rd of October.
So we got Jack Swagger. We, the people. It's not Jack Swagger.
Walter says, on NXT, I don't know who's on there. I know wrestlers on AEW.
Right? And there's no matches on right now. We've got AEW, they're leaving, and looks like Jericho's drinking some wine. He's getting a little, what do they call that? Tore up, I guess?
He's drinking champagne.
Getting a little tore up before his match.
Popcorn.
And over on NXT, water. We just got commercials, so we've got 2 sets of commercials.
Well,
one set of
those
matches.
2 guys.
Yeah, Riddle and the other guy.
Yeah, CG.
Yeah, Cameron Grimes. They're still fighting. Now they're back.
Still fighting on the other side for those guys. So the guy that's Riddle, he has like a surfer dude look to him, and he comes out and he kicks off his shoes. Just so you know, Walter, that's who that guy is.
He reminds me of a little bit of a, what would you call that? Like a Van Damme-ish, but a little lengthier.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like a Ken doll, maybe?
He is a Ken doll.
Like a Malibu Ken.
And Aaron has to go now. See you, Aaron.
See
Thanks
Aaron.
for being with us tonight. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Have a good night, boss.
Kenny says that October 30th is the tag team championship match. So
that's just coming
next
up.
Wednesday.
So it'll be next Wednesday.
Okay, cool beans.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were saying it on there. Because
Oh.
sometimes I don't catch everything they say.
Or when they don't. Well, yeah, they usually say it. They don't usually put little blurbs up.
And so if I don't know what they're saying, if we're yapping over here, because that's what we do, it's hard to tell what's going on. Looks like Grimes just kicked Riddle. Riddle caught him back. Did you see that kick? It looked like a field goal. Right to the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right to the face.
What is that? Well, I guess nothing, because they just reversed it.
I don't know what
Bam!
it's supposed to be.
Is that it?
No.
1, 2. Oh, Riddle kicks out.
You. What's going on? Joey
Janelle. This is that Omega match.
Oh, the Omega. So
I thought for sure
Omega
this was going to be the main event of the evening.
Ooh, so what's going to be the main event then?
There's so much going on over there. Pac Mosley. Pac.
Yeah, that guy. What's this guy's name? The guy that just came
Joey
out?
Janelle.
Joey
I was
Janelle.
like, what are you talking about? I thought you were talking about that match.
No, Whoa.
Look at that on thumbtacks.
Right?
Oh, right on his ace. This was 2 weeks ago. This was the dark show.
Oh,
this is what I'm talking
we
about.
Get to see?
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the kind of shit they had after the hours.
No wonder they're all hurt.
Yeah, they're a little brutal for just day-to-day warfare.
Right?
I mean, this is like a top pay-per-view match. That dude went through a table with his knees.
Yeah, because the other guy got off the table. He's like, I'm
what
not going
is
to
going
stay
on
here.
over on NXT? Like, every move is just getting countered. Cameron Grimes.
They're like kicking and
Matt Riddle.
jumping around.
What is that?
I think they did that
a
together.
spinning power bomb?
Did he just win?
No, that was a 2 count.
Oh. Really? I thought he won.
I think Omega needs new entrance music. Not that entrance music makes the wrestler, but come on.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like his entrance music.
Yeah, am I not the only one? I thought I might be the only one.
No, last week they said something about it too. His entrance music is stupid.
Riddle.
They need to change it.
Riddle just won that. Riddle won. Riddle wins. Riddle wins.
Walter's line is, if AEW Wrestling comes to Atlanta, he's going. And back up at the top, Aaron Reed said that I'm a wrestler, if you know.
Yeah, he was saying that.
I told you I'm training at the Performance Center.
Right.
Nice.
And that's cool.
Yeah, it is cute. So cool.
I'm excited.
And
didn't he say he wrestled Braun Strowman?
yeah.
Like in 17?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Walter said they got Finn Balor on NXT.
Yep, they do have Finn Balor over on NXT.
Yes,
and
they
he's going to
do.
be doing a segment later, but we won't be able to hear what he's saying. So if anybody's watching it, they could translate it for us.
Yeah, because they'll probably be at a part where we're still watching AEW.
Because his future his past or something. I don't know. Something about where's he going.
Oh, is he
Who am I?
Is he going to get rid of his demon dude or whatever?
Just he doesn't know what his future is.
That's weird. You would think you would kind of know.
So we got Joey Janelle and Kenny Omega. This should be pretty good. Look, they're giving each other high fives and props and bumps all before the match.
Props in this match?
It looks like it's just a straight up one-on-one match.
Just a regular wrestling, holding,
right, they got
hugging,
referees, holds,
slapping,
arm
touching.
bars. Good old fashioned.
Fingers off.
It's just a good old fashioned arm bar. This is some good old fashioned 80s wrestling right here.
Right? He's doing his, like, what do you call it, moves? What do you call that? Breakdancing moves.
Oh, okay.
Walter's saying that it's going to be Kenny Omega for the win.
I'm going to go with Omega also, because I just don't really know who Joey Janelle is.
Right? Yeah, who is Joey
Body-wise, he's not impressive. Physique. Well, what's going on over on NXT?
I don't know.
Oh, this is the after match. It's still that same match.
Yeah.
Oh, God!
That guy punched him in the face. Who was that?
Some dude.
Is he a wrestler, dude?
Yeah. He was there with the Bruiserweight earlier when she was interviewing.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Okay.
He's got a little floppy, 80s haircut? What was that haircut right there? Dirty Dancing? The time of my life.
I don't think so.
Isn't that the same haircut he had?
I don't think
Patrick
so.
Swayze and Dirty Dancing?
Maybe not as messy.
Right, not as long, but pretty damn near the same haircut.
Right? Walter says that he likes the hardcore matches.
Right.
Where they throw some thumbtacks down and throw each other on them.
That's some scary stuff. Man, they did that with Brandy Rhodes. Like, she was in a match with a dude, and there was thumbtacks, and he threw her on her. So she had thumbtacks all in her. I just don't know.
That'd be terrifying. What
I
if he
don't know.
got sepsis?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hello, negative narrative.
Hey! It is a possibility that could happen. I'm not saying it's going to.
Go take a bath and rubbing alcohol.
It could happen because you're puncturing your body.
If anything, you're going to get hepatitis. Hepatitis Z.
Herpes simplex 10. That's my favorite.
You better tell the man before things start falling off his body. Maybe you should go back and tell him.
Right? Like, I don't want to tell him that he might have an STD. Herpes simplex 10.
Joey Janelle. Running European uppercuts.
Yeah, he took off his headband.
He's legit now. Like, he's ready.
He's all in the match now. He's mad. He's like, I'm taking off my headband, bro. Hey, it's Solomon. He's back. Hey, Solomon, nice to see you back.
He's like, I got my bills paid.
He paid his bill. Sweet. His TV's back on. Woo!
It's probably like YouTube TV or one of those.
It's a possibility. It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just at a match on AEW
Joey Janelle and Kenny Omega.
Those people.
The best in the world. The real best in the world. Although he finished 8th in this year's Best in the World.
Right?
It's just because AEW didn't have any matches. They only had a couple pay-per-views, and so he didn't have a bunch of matches.
Right.
Seth Rollins was the best in the world.
Tom says, hey, tell me what's on NXT. I'm supposed to check something out that happened in Australia. There's a commercial on NXT right now. It's a lady.
There's a lovely lady about Gain.
And that guy's like, you want this because it smells so good. And she's like, oh my God, yes, I do.
But
anyway.
What has happened over on NXT, we had Rhea Ripley beat Bianca Blair, and Cameron Grimes just got beat by Matt Riddle.
Yeah, and that's it. That's all that's happened so far.
Don't call me Matt Riddle.
Don't call me Matt Riddle. Who was the other guy? Cameron.
Tom Riddle.
No. Cameron Grimes? Grimes? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I got
Mr.
that
Grimes. Now we got 2 commercials. How are we ever going to make it through commercial breaks?
Oh my god. Ooh, but the other one's Cheesy Tots from Burger King. Anybody
That's
try
where
those
they're
yet?
from. Burger King.
Anybody try the gross Cheesy Tot? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. They look really good.
Why don't you eat one?
But they're cheese inside the tater tot. Who doesn't want that? Salmon, you did not miss the Moxley versus Pac.
You
we
have not
done that. We've only had 2 matches.
They're both the tag team matches, and I think you were here for the Lucha Bros win.
Yeah.
And then S.C.U just beat the Dark Order.
Yes.
Right before this match started, so you have not missed anything.
Yes. And thank you to, who was it that told us? Oh, Kenny in our chat told us that on October 30th they're going to have
That's going to be for the world title
match on AEW between.
How exciting on normal television.
Between the Lucha Brothers and S.C.U.
You don't have to pay for it.
Right?
Now, are they going to do a mid-card championship?
Ooh.
You know, like the Intercontinental or the U.S. type title?
I don't know, maybe?
What are they going to call it?
I don't know. Nothing.
Just like maybe a mid-heavyweight? So if they go anything like the early 80s, they had a U.S. championship for both the tag team and, a singles.
Okay.
They had the world titles for the tag teams and the singles.
Right.
They had the Western States championship. They had like a Southeast champion. They had all sorts of champions. Like if you ever watch like Starrcade 83, 84, 85. Is it 83? Now is it 8? Yeah, the Flair for the Gold. If you watch any of those, every match is a title match. And you're like, how do they have so many damn titles? And then like the Eastern Junior Heavyweight. And you're like, what? Anyways, so
ridiculous.
They could have a title for every single person there if they want. If they want to go that route. I don't think they're going to. Oh, exciting things I was reading today. So I was just kind of looking up the wrestlers over on AEW just to get myself more acquainted with them, right?
Yeah.
One of their main producers, like their main producer, is Kevin Sullivan.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he is a dark, evil bastard.
Oh.
Like
bad?
No, that was his thing. He was called the
Oh.
what was it called? The
like he's a bad person? Why did they have him?
Yeah, he was dark and demented. They called him the something sorcerer or something. Anyways, through wrestling, so it's kind of neat to see him in there. A lot of people think that that's who set up the murder of Chris Benoit. They think that Chris Benoit was murdered and his family.
Oh, that's
and they think
that
it was Chris
theory.
Benoit, or they think it was Kevin Sullivan that did that. I mean, that's the conspiracy. I do not believe that for.
Kenny says Dungeon of Doom brother, the Taskmaster.
Yeah, the Taskmaster. That was it.
Good job, Kitty. See?
There he goes.
That's why we like you guys in here. See?
Yeah, if not, then I know
You're
half
like our
things.
Google.
Who needs?
You guys are awesome.
Who needs Google? We got Wrestling Gap. Travis will start spitting out some incoherent shit, and we'll finish it for him, and everybody knows what's going on.
So Solomon says Kevin Sullivan, the dude from WCW.
Yeah, he's running he's the producer, so he is in charge of what goes out.
Wow.
Like at the very end, he's like co-producer or head producer at the very end.
Who are these guys on
I don't
NXT?
know.
Are they like Top Gun?
It's Brenzingo, Fundingo, but Breezango.
Oh my gosh, is that them?
Yeah, they're a bunch of sexy right there.
They're like, we're just
That's Tyler Breeze.
They're Top Gun.
And Fandango.
Tyler Breeze and Fandango are on NXT right now.
Look at the sexy. Look at
or is that NXT?
Yeah, that's
okay.
NXT.
Wow,
that's happening now.
That's funny.
Omega, bam. It's like a full Nelson flip.
The Fashion Police.
Are they called that still?
No,
I don't think they're still the
Solomon
Fashion.
says the Fashion Police.
Brizongo.
Solomon also says, wasn't he married to Chris's sister or wife?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Woman. He was. I don't remember what her real name is, but her name was Woman, and he was with her first.
Wow.
And then Jericho. Remember that thing I showed you with Iron Anderson? And I said, think about how creepy this is.
Oh.
That's what he was talking about.
Solomon
That's
says
when
Nancy Benoit.
Yeah. They called her Woman in the wrestling world.
In the wrestling world, she was called Woman. Hear me roar.
But she was with Sullivan for years before, and then Benoit took her in the show, and obviously he married her. So I don't know if she was really with Sullivan in real life, or if she was just a valet.
Solomon's saying that he was married to Nancy Benoit till 2002.
Okay, so they were married.
Fine.
So, yeah, so when Iron Anderson did that creepy little interview, that shit was like real. Like, don't mess around with men's families and...
Oh, yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah, you're welcome, Tom. Right now it's
Fandango
and Tyler Breeze versus... Who are the other dudes?
I don't know. Does it say it right there?
Forgotten No More.
I gotta write that down.
Forgotten Sons is who's on NXT. So it's Fandango or...
Yeah, because that one's not on my list.
Tyler
I didn't know this was
Breeze.
happening, so...
And there was some other guy that came out with them. And then you have that guy. Who's that guy? There's a dude that's with them. In blue.
I'll have to look when I'm not writing. I shouldn't be writing at the same time as you because then we're both looking down.
Yeah, Forgotten Sons.
Is that who you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about
In the ring.
Fandango and Breeze. They've got a third guy with them. See? He's talking to him. He's in like turquoisey pants.
Oh, so maybe it's a triple threat or a 6-man tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't see him come down.
I did not either. Anyways, but that's what's happening over on NXT. But on the other one, we still have...
We've got a hell of a match over there. That's why I can't keep looking over there.
Right? We've got Omega versus... What's his face?
Joey
We've
Janelle.
got Omega versus Joey, and they're just beating each other
Who
up.
thinks that Joey Janelle's name doesn't sound like an 80s rock star? Like, Joey Janelle, in charge of Great White. You know?
Right. That's funny.
White Snake. Like, people would be like, yeah, he's the lead singer of White Snake. You'd be like, yeah, he is. You wouldn't even argue it. Joey Janelle.
Quen says John Cena movies. And
Right?
someone says, and very creepy. It does. The hippie type rock star.
Look at Joey. Like, he's got a creepy little face. Look, he's just getting up some speed. Bam, did you see that? He ran back and forth.
He's from the 80s. Didn't you see him?
Time
Oh,
warped.
you might not have seen it earlier. But earlier he was doing some, like, whatchamacallit?
Air guitar?
No.
Oh.
He wasn't doing air guitar.
Got me all excited. I thought he
If
was
he was
up
doing
there
air guitar,
like
that'd be
Joe Cocker, just
fun.
like...
No. Break dancing. He was doing break dancing earlier. Walter has to go.
Oh,
Walter's
Walter.
saying bye.
Good
Says,
night,
bye,
Walter.
Guys. I'm going to see you on Friday.
We will be here.
See you, Walter.
8
Have a great
Eastern.
night. Yeah. Hippy dippy rock star. Hippie
Uh-oh.
guy.
So Omega gonna get hit with this?
Is he going to get him?
Oh, no.
Missed him. Oh, Omega got out of the way just in time.
Joey Janelle tried to ass punch him with his ass.
Ew, gross.
The hooker you tried to
You know,
ass
I
punch.
think maybe he should have left his little headband thing on because, you know, that hair's just right all up in his way.
So my question is, the question of the day is, do you guys like the AEW's colorful scheme that they do? The purples and the blues and the neons?
That they do all the different
Yeah,
colors.
that's their, like, logo. I always thought that they'd be so much better if it was just kind of dark and gray. Kind of like their signs, everything's black, white, and gold. But you see the sign in the background where it's all lit up?
Yeah.
It's over. Count to
It's
100.
like every color in the crayon
Count to
box.
100.
And Omega wins.
I figured Omega would win that one.
Right? But he's our winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah.
Who doesn't like Kenny Omega?
Hey, and we've got Matthew in our chat, and he's like,
Hey,
Gab
Matthew.
Squad. Hi, Matthew.
See,
He
there's
says,
a name.
I'm back.
That's what we
Yeah.
need to come up with is a name for the peeps in the room.
Ooh, Gab Squad.
That's not bad. I kind of like that. I'm going to write that down.
That is a good one, Matthew. Good one.
That's my favorite Halloween
So
movie.
Solomon
Monster
says it
Squad.
doesn't look good. He doesn't like all the colors.
I don't
and
think I
stuff.
like it very much either. Like, when I was looking through it, I'm like... Because I wanted to kind of do our home screen, like this stuff under us and all that.
Right.
And then I'm like,
I
is it
am not
too...
going to be happy with the colors of crayon box on there. No.
Like it melted?
Yeah, I don't want the crayon
And somebody
box
just kind of
colors.
wiped their hand in it?
Yeah, I don't want that. That's hideous. That's okay. Like they just showed like it with a whole bunch of red
I love that they
flames
call it
behind
AEW Dynamite and not Wednesday Night Dynamite? Because I named it that last week, and I kind of think I messed up a little bit. Yeah. I had to go back and change the name of it. I didn't like it in there.
Don't name it that.
Well, because I want to call everything by the day, right? Friday Night SmackDown now. But it used to be Tuesday Night SmackDown. It didn't work.
I get that, but
it was SmackDown Live.
It just doesn't
This is
work.
AEW Dynamite.
Yeah, it doesn't work if you put the day of the week.
Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, that works. That's fine. Friday Night SmackDown. Yeah, but
that
Wednesday night, that's just too much. There's too many syllables. Right. Too many syllables
Wednesday to make it good. Dynamite. It's like, how many times do I have to clap?
582 times.
Dynamite. That's 6. That's 6.
There's too many syllables. Stop it.
All right, we got another match right now. They're coming to you from Pittsburgh. If you're new here, like, subscribe. Well, you don't have to but subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
If you don't like, tell us you don't like it. Yeah. Tell us what you don't like so we can fix it. But then subscribe so you can check in a few weeks and see if we fixed it. Yeah. Or at least worked on it. Here comes Cody.
Or if we don't care.
So,
I'm just kidding.
No, that's not true. We work on stuff all the time.
We do.
We try to better ourselves. So we got Cody. Now, Cody's only coming out to address everybody. Now, you got to remember, Jericho's there. Yes. And that's who he's going to address, basically.
Yeah.
So is he going to get jumped?
I don't know.
I mean, he's got the whole inner circle.
He's all up in his booth, though, drinking champagne and eating popcorn.
Yeah, he's probably already too hammered.
There's no way
he comes down and beats somebody up and he's drunk. That's like assault charges.
Right? Pyrotechnics! Woo!
Cody.
The American Nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that, the American Nightmare. Because his dad was the American Dream.
Yeah.
American Dream.
Aaron is not here for you to sing to.
I'm just a common man.
No! Make it go away.
I mean, come on, who didn't like Dusty? Who doesn't like Dusty? Didn't somebody say, was it Jericho that said Dusty was stupid? It was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, they're probably best friends.
I'm sure he didn't really mean it, but you know how it gets the crowd going.
Right.
He's like, yeah, I'll tell you how dumb he is. They're like, I hate you, Jericho.
What?
You're stupid outfit.
He's disrespected the dead.
Right.
We'll have none of that.
Exactly.
So I don't know who is teaming up with Fandango over there and Tyler.
Yeah, I don't know who that third guy is. He's wearing like turquoise shorts. He's an African American gentleman. I'm not sure who he is. So I don't know.
Might as well listen to it if there's going to be commercials. If I can get better at that. So we flipped over to NXT just for a second because there's a commercial on AEW. I just wanted to hear some noise a little bit. So, and plus this Morel, this announcer over here on
I know, he's very exciting, isn't
NXT
he?
is my favorite, man. He just can get you going.
Like every announcer needs to be like him.
Right? I'd like to see him with JR and Tony Schiavone. Like that three.
I bet you he would probably get them going.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think the people they're with are kind of like, yeah, you know, whatever, you know. But if he had somebody getting him going, they'd be like, ah.
Just bringing the energy. Right there, that's Nigel McGuinness. Yeah. I like him. He got the accent over there.
Right?
That's Beth, and that's Beth Phoenix.
Yes, old Beth Phoenix. So Solomon said on their stuff that gray and gold with a white background is good. And then he doesn't really like Omega. He says he hates him. And
right.
He says,
now, do you just hate Omega because everybody like hypes him and he's the best in the world, all that stuff? Or do you really not like Omega because of his wrestling style?
Yeah.
Because if I get it if you don't like him because of his wrestling style, right? That's natural.
Right.
But if you just don't like him because everybody else likes him or you hear a lot of rumors about him, you got to give him a chance because that's how I was. I was like, who's this dude? And then when I saw him, I'm like, he looks like a crackhead. You know, like I didn't see anything special. Then I started watching his matches and there was nobody else that was good on the whole card. And then all of a sudden he'd wrestle. This is New Japan. I didn't really much care for it at the time. This is years ago.
Yeah.
And then I would watch him and I'd be like, holy crap, because he could just tear it down. Now the question is, though, can he wrestle big guys? And because his moveset doesn't really match up against big guys.
Yeah.
He doesn't really wrestle well against or he wrestles well, but how well will he do against guys that are huge? Like Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman. How would he do against those types of competitors? Because of his size, he doesn't have the size to do those fun moves.
Right. Ooh, we're back on E.
Yeah, with Tony Schiavone.
Yeah. Woo! Cody's talking with Tony Schiavone. And Solomon says it's because of his wrestling style.
Okay. Are you a fan of AJ Styles then? No? I see them two almost the same.
Right.
AJ's kind of a funner because he's a dick. But go ahead.
Solomon says Wednesday night NXT was how he said it.
Right.
And Matthew is saying who would win an AEW versus WWE match? Nyla Rose versus Nia Jax.
I've had the opportunity.
Huh. That's a good one.
Privilege.
It'd be fun to watch, right?
Right?
They got the little air can.
They're not going to come down. They're just going to do the air
So
cans at him.
So some belligerent fans up in a booth are blowing their air horns. It's called the Inner Circle. That's hilarious.
I have had the opportunity. I've had the privilege of all of you. And it's
Oh my gosh. So Cody's trying to have a serious interview,
It's like having like 8-year-olds up there.
and the Inner Circle's up on top blowing their air cans. Oh, Jericho got himself a mic.
Uh-oh.
Look, they got a big dog pile going on the NXT.
They do, all three guys.
Chris, I know you purchased your tickets and that's all fine and good, but this isn't like the other wrestling company we came from. This isn't an invisible wall right here. I could easily step through.
Go get him. Go get him, Cody.
It's not like the other wrestling place we worked for.
Where we came from.
Dig, dig.
He wants him right here, right now.
That's funny.
The problem is, does he have any backup?
That's funny.
Look at this stab. That's a direct stab at WWE.
I know. Solomon said he is indirectly pointing to WWE.
Right.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Now listen, Cody,
He just shanked him.
I know you're a very smart man, so don't do something stupid, all right? You stand in that ring where you belong, where it's safe.
Where you belong.
Because I know you're not going to come up here because you're a coward.
You coward. Jericho is just perfect for this role.
You're nothing more than an entitled millennial little bitch.
Luke said that's actually pretty direct. And I have to agree with Luke. Everybody knew what he meant.
That's why I said that's a prison shank. Oh, he going.
And that was like stab.
Cody doesn't
multiple
like to be
times.
called a millennial bitch.
It's 4-1. You stand there, do nothing, and like it.
I like it.
It's 4-1. You stand there and like it. Santana and Ortiz just standing up there, the big dudes.
Right?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Somebody's coming down.
Who's coming down? Is this somebody who's gonna help?
Some
It's
equalizers?
Like, hey, look, it's these guys. Who are these guys? Oh, it's his
That's
bro.
Dustin.
It's his bro. His bro came
He ain't a
down.
millennial.
He's an old man. Still 4-2.
So you got two more? The Young Bucks?
2 more?
Young Bucks?
One
You know it's
more?
going to be the Young Bucks because they challenged the Young Bucks on November 11th. Look at Cody's
Do we need
face.
2 more? And Dustin's like, we just need 1 more.
All right. One more.
The man whose loyalty wasn't questioned, but he proved himself to be a steadfast friend.
Ooh. Oh, it's Maxwell.
MJF.
Maxwell. Shaker. Friedman.
Big old dude. You think I'm scared of him with this scarf?
Right?
Who wears the scarf? Who wears the scarf? Seriously.
There's a scarf. So somebody in our chat's asking how they can watch AEW.
AEW. It is on TNT.
Anthony Y2 Pro, what time do they spin AEW? He says, I'm Latino. I would like to know where I can see it.
Okay, AEW's on TNT in the States. I'm sure, is there a place on, does TNT have a site?
They might.
You could probably watch it just on TNT.com or, that's how they do their basketball.
If you have Hulu or YouTube TV.
If you got Hulu. Oh, look at DDP.
It's DDP. He's too old.
Oh, hell no, they're not doing DDP.
You can't have him come down there.
Jericho's wrestled DDP several times and got beat.
DDP is old.
DDP didn't even start wrestling until he was 35.
I think that Breezango and their extra guy won.
Yeah, they're winning it.
No, I think they won.
That's what I mean, they're winning it. Now they're dancing.
Because that guy got rolled up and then did that. And then...
Oh, here they're coming.
Ooh, they're going to get you.
Gonna have an old-fashioned slobber knocker. Nope, Jericho's leaving.
They're like, we need to leave now.
Shut the door.
They're locking themselves in the booth.
Hey, they're there just to have a good old time.
That's funny. Like
Cody's just being belligerent at this point. He had to call his friend. Oh, he's wrapping his hand up. He's gonna punch through the glass.
Chris Jericho's
Damn.
going to...
He just punched through that glass.
He did.
There's some big chunks of glass laying on the ground.
Yeah, everybody stay away from that.
Oh, God! He took that guy's crutch!
Oh, my Lord, that's not nice at all.
He took the guy's crutch!
Hopefully somebody saved him.
Look at the security just swarm him. That's hilarious. That guy was just standing there, and he just took his crutch.
Security's probably trying to save all the poor people. Oh my God!
Look, he's unplugging the booth back there. They're like, we're trying to sell hot dogs.
Oh, he's like, here, eat some ice cream. I know you're lactose intolerant.
They're in the lobby with trash cans. How exciting is this? That guy doesn't even have a shirt on. Is that the guy that was with the crutches?
I don't know.
Why does that guy not have a shirt on? Look at him. Is he one of the wrestlers?
He is. He's one of the wrestlers.
He's tiny.
Maxwell must have ripped his shirt off or something.
I thought it was just a little guy out in this crowd got his shirt ripped off.
Is he like,
look at,
what the hell did he have? Like,
Jericho can sue him. He had tickets. You can't just attack people. You see what happens? You see what happens when you mess with us? What, you get beat up in the lobby? Oh shit. That just really happened.
That's too funny.
DDP. I wonder if he did a diamond cutter, we didn't get to see it.
That's too
MJF,
funny.
DDP, Dustin Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. Are they getting escorted out?
Ooh, the police are.
So are they arresting the four?
That guy's like,
Ortiz has got the crutches.
He's like, whose crutch is this?
Oh my gosh. That was
funny.
too much.
Ah.
That was by far the best segment I've seen on wrestling in a while.
Yeah, so unfortunately, back to that guy. For Anthony in our chat. Hey, Anthony, so about watching AEW, you have to be able to find TNT, and I don't know if you can just go to TNT, like they have a website or an app.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
Or if you can see it on YouTube TV, if you have that, or Hulu, or even PlayStation View, or something like that.
Just any of those. I mean, all those are going to cost you a little bit of money.
Unless you have like a cable provider or something. But
I don't know about TNT. I don't know if they just are free.
Right,
or if you have to have a
know.
cable provider to watch it.
I think you have to have a cable provider to watch it.
I mean, obviously you can hang out with us. We'll tell you exactly what's happening, but that's not quite as fun as watching along with us. Look at Jericho's Look, he's wiping himself with his ticket. Look at it's on his forehead. See it?
Yeah, it is.
He's wearing his ticket
like,
on his forehead.
It's
like, I'm sweating so bad. Sweat's pouring off my brow.
Right?
It's not every day that fans get attacked, because he's just being a fan.
Yeah, he was. Brandon's in the chat. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Nice to see ya. He's all Dustin. Yay.
All he did was blow his little air horn. They wouldn't sell him if you couldn't have him.
Right? But maybe they brought him in. Maybe
maybe they brought him in illegally.
Yeah.
Like
maybe
the
they
liquor.
hid them in their, like, big bags like those girls do when they go to
they
the
keistered
movie theater. Ew, gross.
Well, we're talking about prison stuff. Maybe they're keistering their horse.
Possibly. Solomon says, does anyone remember the time Jericho lost his AEW? Yeah. We remember when he lost the AEW title. Dork.
Yeah, that was just a couple weeks ago.
Solomon
Right
actually,
after the pay-per-view, like the limo driver stole it or something.
Solomon also said you can catch it on Sony 6 HD.
There you go.
Brandon saying TNT on Saturday at 9 a.m. I don't really care about TNT wrestling. And then...
Wait, what do you mean you don't care about TNT wrestling? Or watch it? Oh, TNA?
TNT, he said.
This is TNT.
TNT on Saturday, 9 a.m.
Right, he's talking about this show we're watching. You
Oh,
care
is that
about
what
it
we're watching?
Yeah,
AEW?
Right, but he's saying the replays at 10 in the
Oh,
morning.
okay. Oh, that's what he's talking about. That made no sense. You have to give more info for me to know what's going on. Solomon said that extra dude is Velveteen Dream. I didn't think he looked like
Velveteen Dream?
Velveteen Dream is like skinnier.
I thought he was skinny and tall.
Yeah, and taller, and he usually wears sunglasses, and he's very like...
I wear my sunglasses.
I mean, I don't know how to describe him, but that wasn't him. This guy was very buff and thick.
He was built more like Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, he's built like him. Exactly. Perfect example of how he was built. That's what he looked like. So I didn't know who he was exactly. So...
All right, I don't know who's in the ring right now.
Matthew, we have Matthew Medit in the chat.
Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
Got a couple Matthews in
there. Why
there.
did the AEW title cross the road?
Uh-oh.
And
these are the real questions.
And he said, why?
Why?
Solomon said, why? We're saying why.
Why?
Matthew said, for a little bit of the bubbly. Well, that's basically why.
Moving on up.
Kenny says that it was Sammy Guevara.
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because Velveteen's a little bit more flamboyant, thinner, and taller.
Yeah, flamboyant, that's a good word. Yeah.
Right.
Very flamboyant. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure we got who the
Hey,
third
that
guy
was awesome. Did you see
won.
their little money? It stuck to the screen. And so you got to see like what it looked like.
Nice.
That's a good camera too, because you think it would blur.
Right?
Nope.
No, it didn't. The Young
So we
Bucks
got the
are
Young
coming
Bucks against the Best Friends. Because we're the three best friends that are ever going to be... Oh, how does that song go? On Hangover. And we're the three best friends.
I can't remember.
Dang it, I got to watch my Hangover movies.
Watch them again. The Young Bucks. Who else is out there with them?
The Best Friends.
The Best Friends?
The Best Friends. It's Chuck Taylor and Trent.
Who's
Oh, that's
guy?
that Chuck, the Chuck Norris guy that I call the Chuck Norris guy. Look at him. Look at him. He's getting the whole crowd going just by touching his pocket.
Who is this dude? He like comes out there and says,
Oh, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he just got double super kick.
oh, wow. He's like, I'm cool. And they're like, start the match.
His name's Kassidy.
Cassidy.
He's been on every single week, and we don't know who he is.
Kassidy.
Obviously, he's a popular wrestler.
Dude in washed out.
It's 80s. He's
jeans.
Chuck Norris.
And
Although he's not the real Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris sunglasses.
Chuck Norris didn't like the dinosaurs. There's a reason they're extinct. You know?
That's funny.
This
another
match should be
tag
good.
match.
What's over there? What is that? Angel
Garza?
Garza? I don't know that one either, so write that down. Write that down.
Garza.
Oh, he's getting kissed.
Oh,
That's cute.
how adorbs.
That's the only reason I'd want to wrestle.
So girls would kiss
Yeah,
you?
just get kissed like that.
It's
He
terrifying.
just got kissed again, didn't he?
Wonder if they have shakes and they shake you.
What does that mean?
Some bitches are
Shank?
mean.
Did you say shank?
Yeah.
I thought you said shake.
Shake you.
They're gonna shake me? Like,
No.
okay. They want to.
Yeah.
So is that Matt?
I don't know. Maybe. And Matthew Medetz says hi. And we're
Hey.
saying hi back. Let's see. Brandon says, I think Jericho has a frozen headache.
I like how Cody punched through that glass. That was so exciting, it's kind of hard to recover from. Right? And this is probably a really good match. And it's like, nothing as good as that. Hey, this isn't the company we came from. There's not an invisible wall right here. I can come up there. Then he calls his backup and goes up there and kicks their ass. And he's like, Jericho, this is what happened if you mess with us. It's like, you got beat up.
With the inner circle.
Yeah, you mess with the inner circle. It's like, you're the ones that got beat up.
The inner circle gets their faces planted into ice cream. Hello.
Hey, look, it's the gentleman.
Yeah, that's Jack Gallagher.
Yeah, remember him? He had the umbrella.
Yeah.
Gallagher, isn't it? Gallagher.
Yeah.
And he jumps off the top rope with his umbrella.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an umbrella anymore, but.
He's in there. He's out there in his like little robe thing, but he needs like a pipe and stuff if he's gonna wear that.
Right,
stuff.
I agree. And his umbrella.
So Anthony is saying, "I'm in Venezuela. Do not spend it in the TNT that is here."
Yeah, I don't know how they work that thing out. After the show is over, I will get on and kind of look it up. Where do you say it's from? Venezuela?
Venezuela. Yeah. So Solomon has a quick question. What will be your reaction if CM Punk joins AEW? Yeah, it probably won't happen. He's in so many talks with WWE that I don't even know if he would.
So the talks with WWE that he's been having have kind of fallen through because he was going to be the third member on that team that they do.
Oh.
And that looks like that's kind of fizzling away. I was hoping he would do that because all he needs to do, I think, is just be around wrestling, whether it's WWE or AEW. Just be around it. And if he's around it, he might get the bug.
Oh. True.
And then, because it's up to him, right? Like,
Yeah.
he's the one that's not wanting to wrestle. It's not that somebody doesn't want to pay him to wrestle.
Right.
He's just got to get the bug. So I think he needs to be around it. So maybe even AEW can get him on their team somehow without even being a wrestler. Just to get him around it. And then maybe he'll want to be back. And then I would be ecstatic if he came back.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite by any means. But some of the matches that he could have was the likes of Omega and Cody and Paige if he went to AEW. And if you look over on WWE, there's plenty of guys that he can wrestle.
Right. Matthew Mendez it's Omega and Janelle for the main event, right? Nope, they already went.
That match Omega already won that.
Yeah, Omega already won that. We don't even know what the main event's going to be.
Yeah, we've already had 2 tag team matches. We had Private Party and the Lucha Bros, and the Lucha Bros won that one, and they're moving on to the finals. We had the S.C.U. Versus the Dark Order. The S.C.U. won that one, so they'll be wrestling on the 30th. So S.C.U. Lucha Bros for the world title, tag team titles.
Yep.
And then we had Kenny Omega, Joey Janelle, which was a great little match. That was pretty good. It wasn't as good. It had rules. It wasn't like their dark match that they had a few weeks ago. It actually had rules to it. And Omega beat him. And then right now we are watching, what are we watching? The Best Friends, right?
Yeah.
And the Young Bucks.
Yeah, the Best Friends and the Young Bucks
Matt and Nick.
with Kassidy on the side.
Yeah, and Kassidy's out there. I call him Chuck Norris, so if you ever hear me talking about Chuck Norris, that's who I'm talking about.
Not the real Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
They probably beat him up
It's the younger
with
one.
his pinky.
Look how strong Jack Gallagher is over there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a big dude he's holding up for 5 minutes.
Right? So is he wrestling 2 guys? Because there's a guy with pants on in there a second ago.
Maybe he took his pants off.
He didn't take his pants off. So Jack Gallagher, and then it was Angel Garza is this guy, but there was a guy with pants on in there, so I was kind of curious.
I'm not watching NXT very well, but we are watching it. It's Jack Gallagher and this guy in white pants, I guess.
It's Angel Garza or Angel.
Okay.
Angel Garza.
And he had pants on, or maybe they were warm-ups.
Right? Who knows? Luke's saying that he's off, though, so he can get some sleep. Yes.
All right, Luke, you have a good night, boss.
So you can get all your shit to the airport on time, so you can get to Ireland. Don't miss your flight.
You gonna be here Friday night?
He said he's gonna see us on Friday from their new home.
It's Saturday morning for him.
Yep.
Wow, how exciting.
Well, good luck, and I hope everything goes great with your move.
Absolutely. Safe flights, safe trips to airports.
Right?
No lost luggage.
No loss to your stuff.
Bam.
Heart you
he
back.
Beat him.
Thanks, Luke, for everything.
Angel Garza wins that, so if you want to write that down.
Oh, yeah. I got it. When,
So that was a 205 match.
Oh, okay. Whatever that means.
Leo Rush is watching on. He was the champion in the
Someone wants
outside.
to know why Chuck Norris, though.
He looks like a little Chuck Norris. I don't know.
So, Matthew...
If you ever watch Chuck Norris movies from the 80s or 70s and stuff, he always wore the blue jeans and the cowboy hat.
And the sunglasses.
And the sunglasses, and he was just kind of cool. That's what Kassidy kind of digging, you know, he's kind of cool looking.
So, let's see. Matthew Medit's damn okay. And then, Kenny said get him to guest announce AEW Dark like Taz did. The Fiend Bray Wyatt said the best CM Punk feud, I have to say, either with Undertaker or Brock Lesnar.
Right, yeah, the ones with Brock Lesnar, that was pretty sick. What's the one where he went completely off card? Was that John Cena? When he just went nuts? And he completely did that. I can't remember what they call that one. He just like literally just took the mic and just started talking. And they're like, hopefully he doesn't swear.
Right?
They got in a little bit of trouble for it, but it wasn't so bad.
And Matthew Meditz said that he hopes that Punk is going to NWA.
NWA?
That's what he said. NWA.
So the NWA, if you don't know what that is, it's this new one.
Yeah.
And it's just like like you wouldn't know, but it's just like the ones in the 80s. If any of you guys watched the NWA of the 80s, it was a little studio with a crowd, and it probably looked like an L. The crowd was an L shape.
Oh, yeah?
And then they had the ring, and then right next to the ring, they had a podium, and they would do interviews, and then they would just walk across the little aisle and wrestle.
Yeah.
And they're doing it again. So the NWA is back, and they're doing this, and it's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's just NWA wrestling on YouTube. On YouTube. And it is just awesome. It's just like this little intimate, the crowds are right there. It's just like Flair in the 80s. That's what it reminds me of. Like, it's just
That's
like the NWA stuff that I grew up to on TNT, or TBS. It was called the WTBS back in those days. The Superstation.
Right.
Because it was Warner, WTBS.
Right.
Anyways. And it was at 4:05 on Saturday and 4:05 on Sunday. Anyways, I don't know what time it is on... I think it's on Tuesdays, the NWA.
Anthony wants to know, what time does the fight start? We don't know.
So the main event tonight, is that what he's talking about?
I'm guessing what time that might start tonight.
It's probably going to be about 15 minutes before, 10 Eastern? So 9:45? Or what do they say, 15 of?
Yeah, it'd be
I've never talked that way, of. Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
Somebody said it to me once. I'm like, what are you talking about? Anyways, like 15 of.
22 the hour.
Right? Around that time, I would assume. Before 10.
Right. So,
And I'm assuming that's going to be Pac and Moxley.
I'm guessing. I mean, that's what other people are thinking, too, that's probably what it's going to be. And we've got Thor in the chat. Hey, Thor! Nice to see you. And he goes, hey, hey, hey. And then he breaks ball like the Kool-Aid man. Oh, yeah.
That's how you do it.
Right? Totally. Gwen has said SmackDown Friday night, watch Saturday Fox Sports 2. Oh, so you can watch it on Saturday on Fox Sports 2. That's pretty cool.
Are you talking about
He's saying SmackDown Friday night, you can also watch it Saturday on Fox Sports.
It's on all the time.
It is.
Like
I've
on Fox
AEW
Sports.
Is on all the time on TNT. Reruns are on it during the weekend. I was noticing that last weekend.
I because I always go to Baseball Network. Oh, Kassidy's up top.
Ooh, what's he doing?
He's going right after the Young Bucks.
Oh,
Look
he
at
did.
He jumped with his hands in his pocket.
He's like, I'm jumping with my hands in my pocket.
He's so cool. He doesn't even have to use his hands.
Right? And Tom's letting us know it's on The Hangover. It's Alan, and we know that it's Alan that's singing.
I don't know who sings it.
But we want to know the
song,
words, not
because we're
does
the
it.
very
what
best friends.
Blah
Blah blah blah blah.
Right. Solomon wants to know how long is AEW. It's usually about 2 hours.
It's a 2-hour program. NXT goes over a little bit. And so after we'll go over to NXT and we'll just do it by itself. It goes about 7 minutes over.
Yeah.
But it's exactly 2 hours. It literally is over right at 10 o'clock Eastern.
Yep, it is. And then Thor said, speaking of Chuck Norris, now everyone knows that he had a match on Raw back in the 80s.
Well.
And Solomon said, but he retracted his message. He's like, he did.
Well, I don't like to argue with people, but Raw wasn't around in the 80s. but it would have been WWE, so it was probably the Sunday morning stuff. Is that what you're talking?
WWF.
Is that it was definitely WWF because that didn't even change until 2000.
Like early before The Rock. So
right, yeah. Well, because they didn't start Raw in the 80s. Raw started in like 94, 5. I can't remember what year it was. Well, they've been around for 27 years, so we'll do the math real quick.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably
so
look
92,
it up.
93?
All you have to do is do a Google search and be like, when was Chuck Norris on, a wrestling show?
So, you ever seen Dodgeball? Fucking Chuck Norris.
He gave it a thumbs up.
Still be PG-13 now. The Young Bucks win it.
Oh, they did? Good job.
I'm pretty sure that was a Young Bucks. Yeah, it was Matt.
Yeah, they have fluffy stuff on their pants.
We did very little call on that match.
That's all right.
It's all right. You guys are having fun. We got a women's tag team match over on the other side.
It's a tag team match?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they are a tag team.
It is. It is Dakota Kai, Tegan Knox.
Oh, Dakota Kai.
Jessamine Duke, and Marina Schaefer. Yeah, it's not an easy one.
What?
Yeah, you should have saw me trying to spell that stuff earlier. Oh, they're taking it.
Except the OC's Ortiz and what's his face's stuff.
The Inner Circle. That's in November. Santana and Ortiz.
So this. Oh, it's Shayna Baszler.
Oh, why is Shayna coming out?
Maybe she's part of them.
So those other two, the Jasmine Duke and Marina. Yeah, Jessamine Duke and Marina
and
Schaefer. So they're the other two members of that 4 Horsewomen.
Oh, I see.
That makes sense. That's Britt Baker, MD.
Yeah.
We know her.
Yeah.
And Jamie Hayter is who she's wrestling.
Oh, on
And
AEW.
so that must be happening now. So we gotta have 2 women's matches at the same time.
That's pretty normal, right?
How is that normal?
I don't know. It just seems like it seems to be the same thing over and over again.
That girl is tiny. She looks like she's anorexic.
She probably is.
I'm not talking about the Britt Baker. I'm talking about over on NXT, the blonde one.
Britt Baker is small too. She's tiny. Like
Yeah, but not
skinny, tiny
anorexic.
too.
She looks like she's in good shape.
Right.
That blonde girl looks like she's like
Someone
Ethiopian.
says 2 hours means it started at 3 to 5 a.m. Yeah.
Yes. So if it started at 3, it'll go to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Wherever
That's
you're
right.
at.
Thor said 1995 for Norris.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, that was a while ago. That was back in the WWF days.
Yeah, definitely. Because they didn't turn that over until 2002-ish, somewhere around there,
Right.
2001, 2002. And then they had the shirts that said "Get the F out," and it was this big thing. So it was a big banner, "Get the F out,"
Right.
and so it's called WW at the time.
Solomon says, "Can you dig it, sucker?"
Can you dig it? 5 times. 5 times.
Well, they've already started their match over there on NXT with the ladies.
Yeah, and now we got Skulls.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. JH? Junior High? Oh, that's Jamie Hayter. And I wasn't sure if it was Hater or Hater.
It's
Can you
Hayter.
see? Oh, it's Hay.
Hayter.
Okay.
Hayter.
Way better than I spelled it.
Do I want to know how you spelled
Nope.
it?
And I won't share.
That's probably a good thing.
Cards
whatever.
going in the garbage.
Whatever, you're to show it to me later.
I didn't learn how to spell till I was in 6th grade, so you guys could all go to hell. Just kidding. like especially the ticker down below. You guys can just watch it and be like, What's that word? Why is there a Y there?
What the fuck is he talking about? That's funny.
I've already misspelled many words. Actually, anything down in the ticker is pretty much cut and pasted at this point.
Right?
After it's been spell checked 7 times. Here it is, Britt Baker. So over on the other side, we got 2 of the 4 horsewomen of the UFC versus, and then I should be
2
ahead
other
of this.
ladies.
Yeah,
Tegan and,
Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox.
Yeah, Dakota and Tegan. Those people.
There's not a lot of looks going on over there, is there? It's not a look show. What is that called? Like a beauty pageant?
Yeah. Beauty pageant shows.
I said it's not.
It's not.
You know,
Over there?
yeah. Britt Baker's
she brought
pretty.
a mascot with her.
Well, she should. That's
She
Pittsburgh.
brought the Pittsburgh. She's Britsburg. She must be from there.
I think she has her practice there.
Does she?
That's her hometown.
Does she still practice as a dentist?
She does. That's what her thing is. Obviously, it's hard to probably do. That's why I was saying she probably does their teeth for the wrestlers.
She's like, okay, this is the only way I'm going to get to do my stuff.
Like, why wouldn't you want to do that, right? Have a dentist with you? These people get their teeth knocked out all the time. Like, hey, I just got my tooth knocked out. Can you put it back in? No, but we could put an implant in. It's only going to take a year.
That's funny.
Did you hear that? She earned her degree 500 yards away from where they're at right now.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's her college that she got her freaking medical degree. Well, that match was quick. So that was Knox that did that? Is that Tegan?
I don't think she was.
I don't know which one
expecting that
Tegan
to happen.
Knox is. Is that Tegan Knox or Kai?
I
That's
don't
probably
know.
Knox.
I don't know which one's Dakota
Anyways,
and which one's
the
Tegan.
NXT one, Knox and Kai just won.
Well, who's the one that has all the knee problems? She had both her knees done. She was the one crying.
I want to say that was Knox.
Tegan Knox and Dakota Kai. Are you sure it wasn't Dakota Kai?
Maybe it was. Maybe it was Dakota. I just don't know. I'm not really into the. I mean, I'm not into the NXT. I just don't
know,
watch
but
it.
They both have.
I love that it's on Wednesday. Oh, by the way, the winner of this wrestles the Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship. I forgot to tell you guys that. So the NXT, it wouldn't be NXT. It would just be the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
So they're gonna bring up those ladies.
Are they gonna bring them up, or are they gonna come to there? And why do we have to say up? Just come across. They're gonna wrestle them for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, when's it gonna be? I don't know. Are they gonna wait for the next NXT house show, which would be in November? Their next big pay-per-view, the next takeover, will be November 24th?
Yeah.
That Saturday right before Thanksgiving. But anyways, they won it. That could be your next champions.
Yeah.
If they can beat Asuka and Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors.
No, the Kabuki Warriors are going to keep their titles. That's just ridiculous.
We don't know. Did it say there? Did you see?
I didn't.
I'm
sorry, I wasn't reading. I was not looking.
I
was
wanted
looking at what was happening on the AEW. My bad.
We still have the Britt Baker match going on with Hater. She's such a hater.
Yeah.
I just stuttered, I think. She's such a hater. He's such a hater. So when I was like in junior high, I couldn't say my THs together. And there was this really pretty girl that I had a crush on. And her name was Heather. And so I couldn't call her house because I couldn't say, is Heather there? I couldn't say it fast enough. Like, is Heather there? That's a true story, by the way. Is Heather there? So I couldn't say, I mean, obviously I was way too embarrassed. So, is Heather there? I'd have to say it like I'd have to stop my word to do it. So, you know, you had to be nice to parents in those days. Like nowadays, they probably like, bitch home, you know? But back then, you know, it was like, So I'd be
nowadays, they have their own phone. You just text them. It doesn't even
right,
matter. You don't
exactly.
even talk to them on the phone.
And even in junior high, they have their own phones now. Like, it's so much easier for parents. Like, I was on the phone so much that if it was after 3 o'clock, nobody was going to call the house. Like, nobody could get into the house. I had, like, 4 different friends that I would talk to for at least an hour each. You know, that would take you till 7 or 8, and then you talk to a girl till 10 and go to bed.
So Solomon asking, Kabuki Warriors versus the winners of this match. It's the winner of the NXT match.
Over on NXT.
It's NXT stuff.
We're doing NXT and AEW, so if I confused anybody, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's an update on NXT.
But it was Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox.
Were the winners.
And now they're wrestling for the WWE Tag Team Championships, the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yes.
It's not Raw, it's not SmackDown, it's just the WWE Championships. And that's happening whenever they do it.
Right.
I'm sure they said it, so if anybody else caught that, go ahead and just post it. I would assume it's going to be pretty soon. Right. But it could I guess they could wait all the way till November, but that's just weird. What if they had to wrestle at the house show? I don't know why I want to call it a house show. NXT TakeOver on that Saturday before the Survivor Series, and then they have to wrestle Survivor Series for their Tag Team Championship.
Wow.
Hypothetically, would that be the case?
Maybe.
So, I don't know if they're going to do that, if they're going to make them wait that long, because why would they have put the match tonight if they're going to have to wait a month?
Thor, you're funny. There are no girls in Crown Jewel.
There's no matches at Crown Jewel with the females.
No women matches. They're not allowed.
Women aren't allowed to compete in sports in Saudi Arabia.
That's
any sport. That's
it's
soccer.
That's
That's golf. That's bowling.
It doesn't matter what sport it is.
Yeah, it's completely illegal in Saudi Arabia for a woman to compete in sports.
Yeah. So that would.
They're working on it.
Else.
The prince is working on it. He's trying to pass the laws to where it can happen. He's passed a law they can drive.
Yes.
So they are driving there. And they do go to sporting events. So if you do watch Crown Jewel, you will see women in the audience.
Yes.
Like, women can do stuff. Some of them don't even have things on their heads.
Yeah.
And I don't know what that's about anyways, so I don't even really want to get into it because I don't know enough to even talk about it.
No. But
I do notice that
that he has been changing a lot of the laws and giving women back a lot of rights that they actually had way back in the freaking 70s and 80s, for fuck's sake. Not kidding.
For F's sake, because she's effing skidding.
It's true. Anyway, so Brandon's saying he wants Dr. Britt Baker to work on his teeth.
Right.
Which is weird. And yes, Thor,
would you really want her all up in your mouth? Like, I think if
with her hands?
I think if my dentist was hot, I wouldn't go to her anymore. Now, if it was like a tech or something, I'd be like, eh.
Your dentist is kind of hot.
My dentist is really hot. It's a dude.
I know, but he's hot.
Yeah.
He works out at the gym.
He's
It's
stacked.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's stacked.
He's a big
so
dude.
Weird.
He's
You're
like,
just like,
he's like
hello.
6'3" and like handsome and
Hey,
big.
dentist. What's up?
But would you want him in your mouth?
No.
Like, that's what I'm getting at.
Like, I can't be here.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, you don't want, like, my teeth are intimate. Like, I want, like, an ugly-looking old man in my mouth going, you need to brush more. I don't want a girl to go, like, ew, I wouldn't kiss him if my life depended on it, you know, or whatever. It's like, it's just a cavity.
You have gingivitis. It's so gross.
It'd be like a girl dating a gynecologist. Like, you just don't think you'd want to, right?
Is that not a show we watch?
I don't know, probably. I don't know if it is. I honestly can't think of it, but would you want to date?
It was on Frasier. It was Roz.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Because he was a gynecologist. And he had all these weird things.
So Britt Baker's winning this one so far. This hater, it's the first time we've got to see her so far on TV. She's showing a lot of leg, a lot of butt. Looks like she's wrestling in a swimming suit.
Right?
Not sure I'm
She has, her hair is red and
in
black.
on it.
Half and half. Anyways, so the Women's Tag Team Championship next week live on USA.
Oh, so it's happening next week on USA. So
Yeah.
it's happening on NXT too?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. So we have a match for next week. That one next on
and
here.
then Tyler Bate versus Cameron Grimes next week live.
Nice. Oh, because he just sucker punched him.
Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae next week live on NXT.
I'm not too excited for that one because I don't like Shirai very much.
I don't like the way she wrestles, but
I'm not a fan of her style. I'm hoping that it grows on me and she gets better.
Yeah.
But as of right now, speaking of her, here she comes. Or was that her? Maybe it's not. Oh, I thought that was her.
Keith Lee basking his
this is the
glory.
triple threat match.
Yeah, it must be. Let's see. Yes, I got
Roderick
your
Strong,
question.
Keith Lee, and Dominic Dijakovic. So Britt Baker's going to win this. 1, 2. Oh, our hater just kicks out. She's such a hater.
You're a hater.
She's a hater.
So let's see. So Thor asked a question, but I'll talk about it during if we get a commercial. And,
Yeah, the
and
commercials
you
are
aren't talking
harder to get on here.
And if you're not talking your face off the whole time, so I can get a
I
word in
talk a
edgewise.
lot of talk. No, I'm just kidding. Keep
Whatever.
going.
Tonight you're talker tons. Let's see. Did you guys get my question? Is that true? That's
Oh God, there it is.
NXT is winning.
She's tapping.
Oh, she tapped.
She went oral.
Oh, gross.
She gave her an oral.
Britt got
I don't know
her-
what they call that, but she
Britt.
just sticks her hand right in their mouth.
Britt got her in the whatever that move is. Anybody
It's
know
like
what
the
her final
mandible
move
claw, but she's also got her in like the bank statement.
is? Right? Something like that. Thor wants to know where's Fandango.
That already happened.
That happened on NXT a while ago. It was the Breezango with I guess Sammy Guevara.
Sammy
versus
Guevara.
The Forgotten Sons.
All three members.
And Breezango and Sammy Guevara won. So
Yeah.
they won. on NXT.
Brazongo.
We have Jerome Maiden in the chat. Hey,
Hey,
Jerome.
Drew.
Nice to see you.
Drew, is that what you said?
Jerome.
Jerome. Sorry, Jerome. I thought you said Drew.
I did, and I said Jerome both times. Oh, another time. Jerome. 3.
Got it.
4. Anyways, he says NXT is winning. Ha ha ha.
You keep it score tonight. I wonder what's going to happen on the ratings. I kind of dig waking up on Thursday and like waiting, like
To see what the ratings
where's the
are.
ratings? Because AEW fell off 400,000 their first show, but stayed the same their third show as their second show, right at 1 million.
Right.
Where NXT has dropped 3 weeks in a row, and so I want to see where they are at with their ratings tomorrow.
Right.
Are they going to be at 600,000? I just don't think they'll drop that. Look, they can't just keep dropping. I mean, people are watching. We're watching right now. They got to
Right.
at least have one.
And we're
He's
actually
watching. There's
live,
two.
and it would count.
Right. Yeah. This is legit.
Yeah, legit.
Legit. That's
Uh,
Redrick Strong
Yeah.
right there. So we got Cody Jericho. That's for the 8th, right? That's not anything soon.
Yeah, that's later.
Or the 9th. That's
Yeah,
in
whenever that
November.
is.
Hey, look, Fozzy. Official theme song. So Fozzie's doing the song. So Jericho's doing the official theme song of the freaking whole pay-per-view.
Cool.
That's cool. Hey, that's our thumbnail.
That's weird.
Did I do that? John Moxley, Pac, is that happening now?
No, it
Are
says
we at
tonight.
the end? Well, I know, but I don't know when the end is. I don't know when tonight is. How much
No,
time's
right
left?
now we're
We
gonna
got
go
20
back.
minutes left. Jimmy Hayter. So we could actually hear Jamie talk. I haven't heard this yet. Oh, God. Who's this? Brandy Rhodes. Getting physical. What is she doing? Is she pointing?
Yeah.
Did she not talk?
She didn't talk. She didn't say a word.
She just pointed her face.
She did. She got
Brandy's
all
a
up in her
bully.
face, pointed at her and put her hand up in her face.
Brandy's a bully. It's official.
Anyways, so we've got Roswell in the chat. Hey, Roswell.
Hey,
nice
Roswell.
To
It's
see
good to see you in here, boss.
you. It says maybe her move can be called the checkup.
Right?
And then Thor said, copyright infringement. Don't take my girl Sasha's move. Does she stick her hand in people's mouths?
No, but it's the same.
Type of look.
Yeah,
move? Okay.
It's like the bank statement. That's me. That's the copyright that he's talking about.
Right.
And then it's the mandible claw bank statement. I'm sure it has a name already.
Gwen Hunt says NXT win ratings, AEW going to lose. And Jerome says NXT takeover on Saturday, AEW will be dead.
Is there really an NXT takeover this Saturday?
I don't think so.
I think it's in November.
Right? I didn't think there was one this Saturday. Please no.
Listen how quiet the crowd is there.
Right? Well, it's a small
So this is
crowd.
happening. This is the main event over on NXT.
Yep.
The 5th champion in the short but prestigious history of this
Redrick Strong, Keith Lee, Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah, those guys.
and escaping the ring.
So did Pete Dunne and Killian Dane wrestle yet? And Damian Priest? I didn't see them. Is that not happening tonight?
I guess
I had that
not.
written
don't
down
know.
that was supposed to happen tonight, but obviously this is your main event.
Yeah.
NXT loves these long matches. Triple threat at the end, 20-minute match. Wow! Keith Lee. Did you see that?
Yes.
Dude, I don't know how this dude does it all night. He's been doing it for 2 hours, man.
Right? Who's
Play
the
by
third
play,
guy?
just in the match. Dijakovic,
I know who he is. That's the one in the match right now with Keith
right?
Lee.
Keith
Who's
Lee
the
and
other dude?
Redrick Strong. Strong's the champion, the guy on the outside.
Strong, that's his name. Strong.
And it's Redrick, I believe.
Redrick.
Damn.
Yeah.
Keith Lee's a powerhouse.
Thor says they'll be pushing Killian's match next Wednesday.
So yeah, because it must have got pretty full
Oh.
with that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you look
probably.
over at me? Because I didn't mute it on the commercial right
Yeah,
when
you
it started.
didn't mute it right when it started. 'cause
Right.
You weren't paying attention.
Yeah, because I was looking at you.
Why?
Because I can.
Maybe
Match
it
is
doesn't.
still going on. It's picture in picture. We just don't have any volume with it.
On
Looks like
NXT.
Keith Lee is just, yeah, we got Joe Namath on the other side. Joe Willie Namath. Remember what he's famous for. Somebody tell me what Joe Namath's famous for.
Medicare coverage helpline now.
Come on. Joe Namath, what's he famous for? Do you know it?
He's famous for a Medicare coverage helpline now.
He come running off the field doing this. Come on, somebody's got to know it. Is anybody saying, or are they just throwing it out there? We got 50 people going, oh my God, I know.
No, nobody said anything.
Joe Namath is famous because he was the quarterback for the Jets, and not one reporter in the whole press conference thought they could beat Baltimore Colts in the Super Bowl. Not one reporter. And he said, you know what? I guarantee we're going to win. And he said that. First guarantee, guess what? The Jets win Super Bowl III. I wasn't even born, by the way.
Right? Thor actually knows it. He says, my team, he guaranteed the Super Bowl III Jets. That's my team.
He's like, you know what? I guarantee we're going to win. And then after the game, he comes running off the field going like, I told you. I told each and every one of you.
And we've got
John Moxley.
The one everybody's looking forward to tonight.
There's some pyro. Look like some of the fireworks we let off this 4th of July. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Like, oh, God!
Well, that's
Pac
normal.
just hit him in the back of the head with a chair before the match even started.
Cheater.
That's how you get an advantage.
Cheater.
Is it cheating? The bell didn't ring.
That's cheating.
But is it cheating?
Yes.
Or is
Totally
it
cheating.
just getting an advantage? Is it just getting a head start on your opponent?
Asshole.
I hear what they're saying. Yeah, it's not cheating, it's just a dick move. Right?
Cheating.
Oh, God.
Brandon's letting us know that he's getting a John Mox coat. Well,
I think I'm going to get an AEW hat and a Raw hat and a SmackDown hat. They're all $24.99. It's about $75 for 3 hats, plus shipping, so about $100 for 3 hats.
true, but not too bad.
Not too bad. But then I can just wear those for the shows. What if I wear my SmackDown hat and it's Raw? Would people riot?
Rebel.
Would we get any people watching us? They'd be like, oh my God.
Rebel.
Wrong hat. Oh my God, can you imagine if I wore an AEW hat on a Raw event? They might burn it down. Ooh, on pay-per-views, would I just switch it for whoever was wrestling?
I don't know.
I'd probably just have to wear a different hat for pay-per-views.
You'll just have to wear a generic hat.
So we haven't got a match yet.
Not
The
on
referees
AEW.
just got jacked. Now it's happened. So they ring the bell before the referee's even in the ring.
All right, he's like,
So
all
John,
right.
John rolls in the ring, and they just ring the bell. Like, here you go.
You know
So
what's
Pac's
funny?
going up top. Here it is. His
Pac-
540.
Pac had to cheat to be able to beat
Moxley
him.
pulled out. It ain't over.
Yeah, because he had to cheat to see if he
Here.
could beat him.
There's no cheating. He had a slight advantage.
And Thor's letting us know that he loves his SmackDown hat and he hasn't taken it off since he got it. And he's wearing it right now.
He's like, he puts it on a little mannequin head, goes to
So-
sleep, puts it back on his head.
Right. Matthew Culver is back. I don't know if he was
Hey, Matt.
gone, but he's back again. He says, guys, I just watched NXT and another same match from last week is on right now. This is why WWE has been getting low ratings. Once you have the same match again the next week, nobody will F with it. Hashtag do better WWE.
Right?
You
Step
know,
up.
That's the problem is that, NXT has no shit. 115 people on their roster. That's
right.
including girls and guys, by the
And
way.
announcers and
But
there's some
I
other
mean,
people
but
on there. But yeah.
115 people, right? So let's say they have all their announcers and whatever, so 90 wrestlers.
Oh, there's way more than that. But go ahead. Go
You
ahead.
know,
Go ahead.
Average, whatever. And you know how you always complain about how they only use 5 people, and
Right.
they are doing the same thing at NXT. It seems like because
Oh, I
they have
know.
all these guys, and it's like, okay, so where are they?
Well, they only got 2 hours to showcase them all.
Totally granted.
And so what they do is they what's that called? Circle them in. They
Okay, so they.
I need
so
a word there,
They
but
rotate them in,
rotate's a good word.
rotate through everybody and everything
and it works.
like that.
And
Okay.
obviously they got people working, and they got new signees all the time, and they got to build up. And they're probably still working house shows after this is over. It's probably a 4-hour event if you go to it.
Right.
But, you know, it's hard to have different wrestlers at different times all the time, right? Like, you can't constantly have different matches.
Right.
It just doesn't work. All right, so I switched over to NXT, so if you guys hear that, that's...
Right.
We have a commercial over on AEW.
So Matthew Medetz is saying that AEW's NJPW and anime wrestling is awful. Chair shots don't matter anymore.
Right? Which one is that? Not people. What's he talking? Like
AEW is
okay.
NJPW
That's all I need.
and anime wrestling is awful.
Okay.
And Thor is saying,
so he doesn't like the AEW.
Right. So, and then Matthew Culver, the other Matthew, because we got two Matthews.
Right.
Thor's saying, well, Matthew, remember back in my day when you have the 4 horsewomen on NXT, they used Bayley and Sasha to bring up the women's division. No, I'm biased because, well, Sasha, but they wanted to do good.
Right.
And Matthew Medetz says, AEW fans cheer for spots and not the actually meaning of wrestling.
Yeah. You got people, you know, that have opinions obviously strong on both sides, and which makes it exciting. That's what makes the Wednesday Night Wars exciting, is people have different beliefs on different stuff. I look at the AEW as a little old school.
With some of their stuff, yeah.
Keith Lee just literally fell out of the ring after doing a power bomb.
That's hilarious and funny. So Salman says he's got to go. It's 4:45 a.m. and I've got college at 7. So I'll catch you guys on
Friday.
Saturday.
Oh yeah, Saturday morning.
Friday for us. Thank you for being cool. And he says bye. See you, Salman.
See you, boss.
Have a good day at college. Learn lots of good things and get some sleep.
Right.
And then Matthew Culver said after last Monday Night Raw dark match, they had a steel cage match, Bray versus Seth.
Did they really? That's cool. I haven't seen that.
And then we have
I wonder how that ended up
in our chat,
turning out.
Polaroid White, saying,
Polaroid.
Sup?
We're just watching some NXT and some AEW.
Yeah.
Stick around.
We're on AEW right now.
Right now we're watching some AEW. The NXT, there's some commercials going on. It looks like some liquor commercial. We got Pox. We got the Pox over here.
We've got Pox, man. We've
We
got the
Pox.
disease
Go
that's
away.
happening.
Anyways.
It's terrifying.
Is it smallpox or
Boils
chickenpox?
and all kinds of stuff happening on the
Is
TV
it shingles?
Right now. It's Pac and John Moxley.
Yeah. Pac and John Moxley. It's the main event. So Pac attacked him before the match even started, hit him in the back of the head with a steel chair, and then attacked him. The referees didn't even want him to wrestle.
Right.
Moxley. And then he pushed him out of the way, rolled in, and rang the bell before a referee even got in the ring.
Yeah, that happened.
But it looks like now we've got a little slobber knocker going on.
Yeah.
If JR hasn't already said it, that's where I get that, by the way.
Yes, I've heard him say it.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have. And then, let's see, Polaroid says, AEW is better. WWE messes up the storylines too much. I'm a WCW fan.
WCW back in the day, that was my favorite too. I literally, back in those days, stopped watching the WWF. Literally just stopped. I didn't even watch it. Through like the Shawn Michaels days and all that, the early days, when they broke up the tag teams. Like, I didn't actually get to see Shawn Michaels kick Marty Jannetty in the head. Like, I wasn't watching at all at that time.
Wow.
And that's some big history. A lot of these people that we're listening to grew up, that's one of their biggest memories from wrestling. And like, I didn't even get to see it live. Obviously, I've seen the replays because I was too into WCW. I had went over there. All my heroes had went over there. Hogan, Savage, Luger. I mean, you name it, they were over there. Mm-hmm. Bret Hart ended up coming over, but he was in the Hart Foundation at the time.
Oh.
But Vince broke up all those tag teams. The Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, the Rockers. Vince broke them all up and then sent them all to singles wrestling. And then you had the British Bulldog win the championship. You had Bret Hart win the championship. You had Shawn Michaels win the championship, the heavyweight championship.
Uh-huh.
Which is crazy because they were all tag team wrestlers when I stopped watching.
Wow.
So I'm like, why are they breaking up these tag teams and having them win championships? I mean, obviously it worked out because everybody loves those guys, right? Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart.
I guess. Anyway, so Matthew Middet said there is not a war going on. WWE is in a league of its own as it is an established brand. AEW is trendy and still in the red without an actual surplus of product. What's great is the competition.
Right. Love the competition. What I was talking about with the war is just NXT versus AEW, by the way. Because Raw and SmackDown, Raw and SmackDown, they have like 2.5, almost 3 million people watch a show. AEW only gets 1.
Right.
Like they're a third of the size.
Right.
So I'm just talking about basically the developmental brand for WWE versus AEW.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, it's
I
just
mean,
NXT versus AEW type.
I honestly thought AEW, because if you look on the internet, you would think that AEW is bigger than WWE. Mm-hmm. Like, with all the fans and how they talk about it and how great it's going to be. So I thought that first show was going to top out at like 3 or 4 million people. I honestly thought it was going to be this huge spectacle. 1.4 million, I was like, Raw does that in a half an hour. You know, like...
Yeah. So it was kind of disappointing at the same time. But
yeah, I was pretty disappointed in it. I mean, I like the product. It's fun.
Yeah.
You know, right now we got NXT and AEW on our TV right now, and this is fun.
But it's in their infancy, too. You have to remember, it's in its infancy, literally in its infancy.
This is what I have to tell people, because everybody, the AEW purists, you know, the indie fans, they think that AEW should develop every one of their talents.
Right.
And then make a star that way. The problem is they need a player like Randy Orton. And when that Randy Orton rumor was going around, they're like, oh, we don't want Randy there because Randy will take time away from a guy that they can establish.
Right.
They need the eyeballs watching Randy Orton first. You have to have people there. Like WCW wouldn't have had Goldberg if they wouldn't have had Hogan and Savage and Luger and the Four Horsemen and everybody else that they had over there. Goldberg wouldn't have been as big as he was if he was an indie star.
Right.
Like, so you have to have some established stars to be able to build your own stars, is where I'm coming from with that.
So, let's see. And Matthew Middet said, and the best is yet to come. And he says, it's still real to me, damn it, hashtag.
Right.
Polaroid said that Sting in the Rafters got me every week when he's talking about WCW. Matthew Culver said, did you know the AEW ring announcement was fire from WWE SmackDown last year? I didn't know that.
So AEW's ring announcement
was maybe fired from WWE SmackDown last year. Maybe that could be it. Thor said, I always watched WWF and now WWE because even when Hogan left, I was a Shawn Michaels man.
Yeah. I just followed the big guys over to WCW.
Right.
I was already a WWE or WCW fan anyways because I was a little teeny kid in the 80s. And I grew up, I got to get out of chores on Saturday at 4:05 to watch the NWA. And then Turner bought it and turned it into WCW. So I was already watching it. I was already watching Flair and the Four Horsemen, Iron Anderson, Ole Anderson, Tully Blanchard. And those guys, Sting, when he was the blonde Sting.
Yeah.
I was already watching it. And so I watched both at that time because they were on at different times. And then both of them decided to do a Monday night show, Nitro and Raw. And so you had to kind of almost choose. I didn't have picture-in-picture, so I'd flip back and forth. But obviously I was going to watch the WCW because I liked both of those guys.
Right.
And then WWE started changing their tag teams out, and I love the tag team division. I love the Road Warriors, and I love the Steiners and the Twin Towers and everybody else that was over there on.
So they just announced how much time is left on the AEW match, and we still have Jon Moxley and Pac going at it. Pac had done some flips and some frog splashes onto Jon Moxley outside of the ring. Tried to do one inside of the ring after he got Jon Moxley back in. But he got out of the way, Moxley did, and then Pac was just laying there. So we tried to get him in a hold and a roll-up, but that didn't happen. So just in case you want to know what's going on there.
Right? Oh, there's a big old DDT. And over on NXT, Keith Lee almost got pinned by Djokovic.
So Matthew Middet says, thank you for streaming this. I will subscribe. Y'all have great views and opinions. Thank you.
Well, I appreciate
Matthew
ya.
Minutes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, hang out with us. We do it every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8, or 8 Eastern.
Yeah.
And then we do pay-per-views too, so we'll be doing Crown Jewel pretty soon. So we got a time limit draw.
Oh, wow.
So this might not have been the main. Well, no, it is the main event
It is the main event.
It's 8
and
o'clock.
I told you, remember what I said earlier about this happening?
So Pac does not like to lose.
Yeah,
And he
Solomon
didn't.
was asking about that earlier, and that's funny because that's exactly what I said would happen.
So Moxley had it.
It probably would come out as a draw because Pac doesn't lose. He hates losing.
Oh God!
And they're, oh my gosh, he just DDT'd the poor ref.
He just kicked and DDT'd
Now
the referee.
he's beating
He's
him
got to
up.
get fined for that one, right?
He's mad.
You can't put up with that shit.
So Matthew Medit says, I personally believe that AEW is an off-brand of WWE and a way to betting back the theories.
Right? like Vince is funding him from behind. You know, the owner of the AEW is a billionaire.
Yeah,
Like-
it's a billionaire's son, but a billionaire, yeah.
Oh no, it's him. The billionaire owns it.
Right.
His son just runs it.
Right. Matthew Colbert says AEW is better than Impact Wrestling.
Right? Which is that hard to do.
Back to, and he corrected the theories part back to the territories. That's
Oh,
okay.
the territory days, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why there was so many titles. I was talking about that earlier. Why there were so many titles.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Oh, Keith Lee with a big old power bomb, and then
Is he
gets
gonna get it
bro
strung
kicked in
and
the
away?
side of the head. Yeah, Strong retains.
So Strong retained his title. We just flipped it over to NXT to see what would happen real quick.
So Strong pins Lee after Lee hits a power bomb off the second rope on Djokovic. Djokovic, right?
Yeah.
Djokovic.
Djokovic.
Vinovich?
Something like that. Anyway, so Strong
So
retains.
Undisputed Era is all in the ring. So they not going over tonight? And if they are, it doesn't look like they're going to go over much.
I don't think they are.
Or is there going to be
Couple
another
minutes.
match? Maybe the done match will be next?
I don't think so. I think
Or are they
done.
just going to start ending it right at... Maybe USA is like, hey, your ratings keep falling. We're going to put something else on.
Right?
We want to watch Blue
Maybe.
Bloods.
I don't know.
I don't know any shows.
Minute says, I am an independent wrestling fan, and AEW is a rich version of ECW. AEW is with NJPW, and ECW was with FMW. It's very similar circumstances.
Right. So did you watch the cave match? The BRITT wrestling cave match this weekend?
Yeah. Did you?
They called it Star Cave. That was the name of it.
That's funny.
Anyways, did you watch it?
Matthew
I saw some
Minute.
pictures of it. It was pretty funny. It was in Sheffield, England. And that Simon Miller from What Culture was in it.
Huh.
Like he wrestled in it. I was telling you about that earlier.
Yeah.
I don't think they were here earlier when I was talking about it.
I don't think
But
so.
it was called Star Cave.
Matthew Minute says, nope. Are you serious? LOL.
They had
Yeah,
a
he is
mat. They had a
serious.
pay-per-view in a cage.
In a cave.
Cave. Sorry, not a
Like
cave.
an actual
Cave.
cave.
I got
Yeah.
distracted because we got somebody coming down. Who is it?
I don't know. It's NXT. Some guy's face.
Oh,
It's Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa.
He's coming down.
He
this
always comes
stair.
down by himself. He's got a crutch.
He's staring at the dudes. What are they called? The
Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era dudes.
They got a bunch of gold. They're like Fort Knox. Look at that. All four of them have a title. They got the tag team titles, got the North American title, and the world title.
Yep.
Tommaso's just going to get in there by himself.
He's an interesting character.
Well, I just don't know how he plans on doing anything by himself,
I don't know either.
even with a crutch.
I don't know either. Maybe he's just gonna talk at him.
Like Adam Cole's stepping up a little bit, but he just walked side by side with his dudes. Daddy's home. Daddy's home.
silly.
Daddy's home. Are we bringing some backup?
Some person.
Rebel.
The Rebel. Johnny Wrestling.
Johnny Wrestling. So Johnny Gargano and him both came up to WWE for a little bit, and then he hurt his neck.
Oh.
And so they put Gargano back in NXT. But they did come up on the main roster for a minute. I wonder if any... Are they chanting CM Punk?
I don't know what they're
I don't
saying.
think.
I have no idea what's
That's some
going
pretty good
on.
wrestlers right there. I don't think one of those guys are over 200 pounds, though. That's Finn Balor. We know that one. Did you hear him? The gift that keeps on giving.
Thor says they're chanting DIY, their tag team.
Oh, okay. There he is. The whole crowd's doing it too. How crazy is it that he's back down there?
It is weird, but...
Finn Balor isn't a big dude, but I think he's like a foot taller than everybody else in there.
Not really, but maybe.
Yeah, those odds are fine. Oh, God! Finn Balor turned on Johnny Wrestling.
Oh, that's not nice. And the four guys are just beating the crap out of... What's his name?
Tomasa.
Tomasa.
Wow.
Oh. Finn Balor.
Finn Balor soccer kicked Johnny Wrestling right in the face. So that's a heel turn for Finn Balor.
Right? But wasn't he always kind of a weirdo anyways?
Oh, I don't know. He's looking at Cole, is he?
I don't know. He's staring him down, though.
He's letting these guys kind of have their way, but... Oh, right in the back of the neck. He just had surgery.
Right?
They're going right after the surgically repaired neck.
Ooh, ouch.
Admires his handiwork after kicking Johnny Gargano.
So funny.
So what, is he not going for his belt for a while then? Is that what
Maybe
that's all
not.
about?
Yeah.
He's the longest reigning champion of all time.
So.
Oh, he's
I
going
guess
right
he's
after
going
Johnny
Johnny.
Wrestling. Oh, God.
He doesn't like Johnny Gargano, I guess.
He just took out some fans.
Holy crap.
Why?
Who are those people?
The fans are all decimated. They're laying down still.
They're like, I have an alley on my head.
This is a lot more indie style. Like, it's a lot more down home what you'd see in a school gym.
Right?
Very intimate, I guess you would say.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Oh, God!
Oh, my Lord.
That's a brain buster right on the freaking ramp. I love the ramp. Right on the ramp! So old school, man. If he's not the best announcer in all of sports, I don't know who is.
This isn't the homecoming we all expected. We
I
expected him to be all
want to see him do
friends
the
with
World
everybody.
Series. He just had a home run.
Did you see him steal that base?
It's unbelievable speed.
That would be pretty funny, actually. Jeez, Undisputed Era's like, throw up our gang signs.
Like what? Like what? Just start his music up or something, right? Like there it
They're
goes.
like, hey, end it. That's awesome.
Finn Balor's back home.
Right? The Mighty Thor said, SummerSlam Fiend, hi Finn, and bye Finn. I'm not done with you. Finn returns to NXT, so now Fiend in the dark corner. We were really glad that you were our friend, but this little friendship ends.
Right? Well, that was exciting. What a night for wrestling. That was a good night for wrestling.
It was pretty good. On all
Definitely
of it.
dug it. What'd you guys think of it?
Yeah,
See
what'd
some
you think?
people still in there. Might as well talk to them for a second.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Get things ready to not be talked about, right?
Right?
Have it.
Talking and not talking and whatnot. And sorry, Thor, that we didn't get to your questions tonight.
Shit.
I know that you popped in another question.
We just write them down. We'll just do them on Friday.
Yeah. So
There's going to be plenty
let
of
me
commercials
write that
on
one
Friday.
down.
Wednesday's a little bit harder to do questions because there's 2 shows going on.
Right.
And so, and some nights like tonight, we just kind of happened to luck out where there wasn't 2 commercials at the same time. I think it happened once. right? And so, you know, when we're watching only one wrestling show, there's going to be commercials. Most commercials are like 5-6 minutes long, 4 minutes long. I noticed that the AEW commercials aren't long.
Right.
You notice that?
Yeah.
Like the TNT goes right to the point. USA kind of will lengthen out their commercials, it looks like.
Yeah, they do.
And maybe they get paid for, you know, I mean, obviously you probably get paid per commercial. And so maybe WWE's like, just put 5 of them in there. Don't worry about it. People will still watch.
Right? Let's see.
Yeah. Definitely can put down. Are you doing the questions so we can do them Friday?
Yeah.
And then just think of a couple more questions that we'll see on Friday because we'll be here, 8 Eastern?
Yes.
So what is that? 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 Pacific, 3 o'clock Hawaiian. I don't know Hawaiian time. I should know it.
Right.
With Dennis living there, I usually know it.
Thor said, I think this week AEW is going to be lower on the ratings compared to NXT to where they will be to this week. All
right. Yeah, we'll see. We'll do like a percentage drop off and everything. Because I try to take track of it all, not just like total numbers.
Right.
But even last week, AEW only had a 1% drop. Actually, it was a little less than 1% drop, where NXT had a 12% drop. They went down to 700,000.
Yeah,
and that was a huge drop because they were at 900 or 800 and then 800 again 2 weeks in a row. And then they went down to 700, where AEW went from 1.4 million down to 1 million down to 1 million.
Wow. That's
or
crazy.
Stayed at 1 million. I guess I wouldn't say down. It was down. It was like down like 14,000 people or something. So, I mean, it was basically the same when you're talking millions to 14,000.
Right.
But we will see what happened. I mean, I enjoyed both shows tonight. I really did. And that whole segment that Cody did, I don't know why that stole the show for me. That got me so excited. We punched through the window, and then they all out in the lobby, and they're fighting, and Jericho's talking shit. And he's like, dude, you just got your ass kicked.
So Thor's asking, so on cable, what channel is SmackDown? It's going to be, SmackDown is going to be on Fox Sports 1 this Friday. So and whatever, and
whoever
it looks like whatever
is.
time zone you're in, it will be live if you're in the United States. But it's,
right.
I don't know about other countries, but in the United States,
it's going to be on Fox Sports 1.
Fox Sports 1.
Right. So the same place where they have their show, that little show.
Yeah.
And I think that show's on right directly after it, too.
It should be on right after it, yeah.
And so, but I don't know if that's the new one. I don't know when the new one comes out. For some reason, I think it's Tuesdays.
Oh.
When they broadcast the new show, which would be after the week, right? So Friday starts it. If there's pay-per-view, it's Sunday. Raw ends it, you know. Or maybe NXT starts it. Because Triple H is in charge of that show. So maybe it does start with NXT. Then SmackDown, then Raw, or pay-per-view, then Raw, and then the show on Tuesdays. Which makes sense to have it on Tuesdays.
Right.
Then your go-home thing is Raw.
Right. So Thor says he can't miss his show and his girl.
Yeah.
She's clear to wrestle again, so.
And she should be back pretty soon.
Yeah.
The boss is back.
The boss is back.
And
she has to have a fight with Bayley, you know.
Yeah, at some point that's going to happen. So, and Bayley, they just barely turned her heel. So they either got to keep them both heel for a while. Because they got,
use them together.
We counted eight girls,
to
right? I think there's 8 or 9 girls there.
Yeah, something like that.
So they have plenty of women to do stuff with. Plus they have, you know, other women there. And it looks like they're pushing Alexa Bliss as a face right now with Nikki Cross. But Nikki Cross is going to wrestle Bayley. That's what that whole thing, that 6-way tag team match on last week was about.
Right, yeah.
That she ended up winning. So that match is going to happen.
Of course, yep.
And so, and it's obviously not happening at Crown Jewel.
No, it's not.
Because there's no Le Femmes at Crown Jewel.
No Le Femmes. None at all, none at all.
All right, well, we'll let you guys go. Have a good night. We're going to call it a night here from the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching Wrestling Gavin. We appreciate you guys.
Bye.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Bye-bye.